Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to another Hugo's Desk stream. Before we even begin, I just wanted to ask if anyone can hear me well, if the sound is okay. Really looking forward to doing this stream today. We're going to be joined by Bjorn again. He's going to be helping us deconstruct his own script, really. But yeah, really looking forward to it. But before, we're going to do some housekeeping as well. I can see a lot of familiar faces on the chat as well. Remember always that we are broadcasting live on YouTube and also live on Twitch. Although I know I can see that hardly anyone is watching on Twitch. Most of the people are on YouTube anyway. But remember that we are not having any ads on these streams. I've discovered a while ago that the revenue from the commercials on the streams are so poor and so ridiculous that I've decided not to have the ads because it's so disruptive for the viewership. So do of course remember and please understand that there will be ads if you watch this in recording. So if you're watching this as a VOD, if you're watching this later and not live, you will see commercials because of course that revenue is a bit higher and I still need to make a living. I still need to get some revenue from YouTube to keep going with the channel, although it's also very little. It's usually like $2 or $3, but at least it's better than 5 cents, which was what the live thing had. But yeah, I can see like a lot of familiar people on the chat. Thank you so much. Forgive me if I am a bit snotty today. I am under the weather. I think I've catched a cold. So my voice is a bit breaking up sometimes and I'm sniffing a little bit. And so I do apologize if I do that during the stream. But yeah, we'll be here for maybe about 2 hours or so. We have some giveaways as well. And then after that, we have like an hour break. And then we'll have another stream later on today after work. As usual, I'm going to continue playing Silent Hill on Silent Hill Remake as well. But that will be a separate stream. It will be on the channel, of course, as well, but not together with this one. I keep getting messages from my group on the VFX Bureau in my company, and I already told them that I'm on stream. So please stop texting me. Please stop that. Okay, so a few things before we start. I would like to thank Foundry because of them, that's why we do these streams. We couldn't do these streams without them, really, to be honest. And so I just wanted to give a word to the Foundry, to Kirsty and to Jan and Elise, everyone that supports my channel for years now. They're a major sponsor of the channel. They've been supporting me for so many years. I don't have anything but great words and the amazing support they give me. So thank you so much, Foundry. And of course, they have been so kind to give away a Nuke Indie license during this stream. So don't forget that as well, that we do have an Indie license. I believe I think it's on this number here. So that would be the Indie license, which would be that one. So that's the QR code. I've also posted it on the chat as well. Hey, Sajal, how you doing? So if you want, you can sign up. You'll get a free Nuke Indie for a year. That's £500 of value. And again, I can't thank enough Foundry for the amazing support they give me every year and their kindness of giving us one Nuke Indie every time we do a stream. It's really, really amazing and can't thank them enough. And with that in mind, I'm going to run a Foundry commercial. I'm also going to run it on the break as well. So I'm going to run it now. It's only... it's very short. I think it's like a minute long. No, actually less. It's 40 seconds long. So I'll run that now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so again, thanks, Foundry.
Foundry's Nuke is the industry standard tool for compositing in the film and TV industry. We've produced and curated all the essential resources for learning Nuke and preparing you for the profession, as well as recommendations for other training resources. You'll learn compositing fundamentals, rotoscoping, keying, tracking objects, color management, 3D compositing, and much more. Our objective is to empower artists with all the knowledge they need to push their skills to the next level. Jump in and start learning today.
So yeah, once again, thank you so much, Foundry, for supporting the channel like this. And I'll put the link there as well if people still want to have the QR code or the link. It's on the screen. It's also on the top of the chat. I have a question here, a quick question from Stativ, I think that's how I pronounce your name. What's the difference between Nuke X and Indie? Well, there's a major difference, of course. There's also a difference between Nuke and Nuke X as well. Nuke Indie is a much more bare-bone version of Nuke, so it pretty much has everything. It just has certain limitations in resolutions. It also has some limitations in Python scripting as well. So, and I believe there's a couple of nodes that are not there in Indie. So, of course, it's a more limited version. It's a version of Nuke that is for freelancers and it's for students, and also it's a version of Nuke that usually is run for a smaller company. I believe that the limit, I think, if my memory serves me right, I think it's like 50K a year or something, or maybe 75K a year or something. So if your company is very small, you can buy Indie, or if you're just an individual, you can buy Indie. But of course, please go to the Foundry website. I'm sure they have all the information there for you to check it out as well. Like there's so much information there. So just go to their foundry.com and you'll find exactly all the details and specific differences between the two versions, Hey, AM, thank you so much. You've recently started my course and you like my course. Well, thank you so much for saying that. Thank you so much for your kind words. I'm really... that's really kind of you. I'm really happy that you are enjoying the course. I try to make the course as best as possible. I have a lot of updates upcoming to the course, which I know I keep saying that, but it's true. I have a lot of things coming up, and believe me, it's going to be a big dump when it comes. But yeah, thank you so much for saying that. And Sejal, don't worry about that. You don't need to moderate. No way you need to moderate. Please go and rest. I hope your leg is better. I know you've broken your leg. I really hope you're feeling much better. I can't thank you enough for how much you've supported my streams in the past. And don't worry, I can moderate it myself. I can keep looking at the questions and seeing what people are asking. It's not a big deal at all. Please rest. Please go and rest your leg and try to be better as fast as possible. So don't worry about that at all. Don't worry. Okay, so that's that. Also, since Bjorn, I apologize. You need to wait a few more minutes before we bring you into the show. But I also wanted to say, AM is like boasting about the course. I just wanted to mention really quickly that, of course, I have a giveaway for the course as well, as usual. And so that's going to be a Nuke course. And remember that, I'll put the link again on the chat. So the link is on the screen right now as well. So you can, and also I'm putting it on the chat as well. So, and of course, that's for the giveaway from the Foundry, and then the giveaway for the Nuke course is there. That's the chat as well. So don't worry, Sejal, just go and rest your leg. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem at all. Okay, so that's the link. And if you're a student of mine, you can also sign up for the giveaway. What will happen is I will give you the workshops for free. And if you already have my workshops, which is my second course, you can always get my third course, which I'm launching next year for on-set supervision. So you always will win something. Don't worry. Even if you're my student, you can always kind of sign up, it's not a problem at all. And of course, if you don't want to wait for the giveaway, you can also buy my course. My course is 50% off. I'm going to keep it 50% off for the rest of the month. There's a surprise on Halloween as well. And on Halloween, I'm gonna do something about the course as well. So just leaving it out there. But if you can't wait, and if you can afford it, that's the three versions I have. I have the new course, the workshops, and also the bundle. The bundle is much cheaper. You can buy both of them at the same time, and it becomes much, much cheaper. Can guarantee you will not be you will. I must say this. I rarely say this, but if you're not happy, you can get a refund. So I can guarantee you will be happy because the course is so complete, and you can just read the reviews on the website. It is very complete. It's full of classes, and you can really. So but you can always buy it if you want to, and if you're not happy with the course, you still can ask for a refund a couple of days after. It's not a problem. You can always just buy it, check it a bit, and then if you don't really enjoy it, I'm happy to give a refund if you guys want. But just keep in mind that, but it is very complete, and I can really pretty much be certain that you won't be wanting to do that. Okay, so that's the course as well. So if you want to be part of that, one last thing I wanted to just mention is that, of course, as always, my wife's book is available right now on Amazon. So if you are interested in good food, you don't need to be a vegetarian, you don't need to be a vegan, but just try, support small channels and small content creators like my wife. She has a YouTube channel called Green Recipes for All, and she has a book. The book is not very expensive. The book is available on paperback, on hardcover, and also on Kindle. So consider that. It's a great Christmas gift, Of course, I'm biased because I've eaten all the food, and I love the food, and I love my wife. But of course, consider that. Like, it's always supporting small creators. I think now is better than ever. And if you want to make that kind of support, it's much better to support directly, either from Patreon or buying merch or buying a book or buying those kinds. It's always the best way. So if you have creators that you like, support them. Just not just me or Anna. Support other creators you like, because we are really on a rough path right now with YouTube and Twitch. It's quite difficult. But yeah, the book is here. As you can see, there's a paperback version, which is filled with 50-something recipes, from desserts to salads to main dishes. There's also a hardcover as well, if you prefer a more fancy version as well. It was a really major project of love that we did. Anna did our recipes. We worked together on the photos as well and on the design. We're really proud of it. I'm very proud of Anna for making this. So if you want to consider it, please go ahead and support this project. You will not be disappointed, I can guarantee you. Okay, last thing that I want to let you all know is that we have a lot of streams up and going. So there's a lot of streams coming up. I've now published all the streams we're going to have until the end of the year, except the gaming streams, of course, because the gaming streams happen kind of randomly. I basically just randomly play games before dinner, and sometimes I'm playing, sometimes I don't. So the streams of gaming will just be random. Sometimes they're there. But just so you know that we are currently doing this construction. After that, we will do more Silent Hill, probably not at this hour. It probably won't be at 6. It probably will be like at 6:30 or 7. I'll update this hour because I want to do a break between the two streams. But don't forget that we have honest showreel reviews next week. So next week we have honest showreel reviews. There's only 2 more honest show reviews until the end of the year, because I'm going to Japan at the end of the year for CinCraft. So we only have the honest showreel reviews 26, which is next week on the 31st, on Halloween's Day, and that's powered by BenQ. Then the week after, we have the Deconstruction 14, which we will continue with the Zeiss project. That will be on the 8th of November. And then after that, we'll have another Deconstruction, the 14th of November. That will be honest show reviews. That will be the last show review of the year, okay? Unfortunately, I can't do them in December because I'm in Tokyo. I'm in CinCraft as well, and I'm doing the World VFX Day. And then the last Deconstruction will be on the 22nd of November. That will be the last stream about the Zeiss project. And then next year we'll have season 2 of the Nuke Deconstruction. We'll have season 2 of the honest show reviews. And we will also have season 2 of the VFX Notes podcast as well. So there's a lot of things that are going to come up next year. But I just wanted to let you know that we basically have 4 more streams, official streams, like the BenQ streams and the Foundry streams, only 2 Foundry streams and 2 showreel streams. And then, of course, I will continue playing Silent Hill until I go to Japan. And talking about Japan as well, don't forget that the World VFX Day is almost here. It's only 44 days to go. It's going to be live on Hugo's Desk again, just like last year. This time it will be on the 6th of December. So put it on your calendar. World VFX Day is going to be on the 6th of December. And then on the 8th of December, we'll have more World VFX Day. But the stream on my channel will be on the 6th. And then World VFX Day's channel also will stream on the 6th as well and on the 8th. So that is coming from Japan. I'm going to stream from Japan. So once again, we're going to have multiple talks and multiple speakers, multiple companies, showreels. We're going to have an entire 12 hours of content, just like we did last year. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be great to have that again. It was a great moment last year with the industry, and I really loved it. It was really awesome to do it. Okay, cool. So with that out of the way, I think I've talked about everything I needed to talk about. I'm just gonna bring in Bjorn, and also I'm also gonna open. I know Bjorn sent me a file. I'm gonna go and pick it up as well. So apologies, Bjorn. I'm just like opening this up now. I need to open WhatsApp so I can send you the Zoom link because I forgot to open WhatsApp. Okay, so let's see here. So Bjorn sent me a video, so I'm gonna just like go and get that as well real quick. Oh, okay, it's password protected. Okay, of course it is. Let me just put the password before we come into the show. I believe it's probably, yeah, it's a showreel. That's right. Last time we didn't have a showreel to talk about, and so this time we're gonna go and watch Bjorn's showreel. But before we do that, I'm gonna just bring in Bjorn, so and then we can talk with him about the Nuke project. So, just gonna make a new meeting here on Zoom. We'll do it on Zoom. Don't forget, Bjorn, that most likely Zoom will finish at 45 minutes in. I'll just do another one, and then we'll continue the stream. But I'm gonna bring in Bjorn here. So where's the? How can I do a? Okay, so why can't I do this? Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Always a garbage trunk on fire. That's always Hugo's desk. Apologies for that. Okay, so let's just bring this in. As always, like you guys know, I cannot put my camera at the same time on the Zoom call. So that's unfortunate, but there is nothing I can do about that. Okay, so let's see if Bjorn can come in for us to talk with him. Let's see here. Where is he? Oh, yeah, here he's coming. Okay, let me just turn on his mic, and I'll put it on the screen in a second. Hey, Bjorn, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, I'll put you on screen for a second. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. And so that we are both on screen. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone can see you as well. So again, Bjorn, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for being on the show again. I know it's been almost like more than a year than you've done the script, so I'm sorry about that. I know it's been a long time since you opened them, but we'll pull through. We'll go through it. It's not a problem. But yeah, so Bjorn, you sent me something today, didn't you? You sent me a showreel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like, it's not for a review. Like, there was like, what was it? You like when I had my like probably first showreel. I showed it to you, and I was like, I'm not gonna get a job from that. And like, you looked at me. The worst case, you probably will. I'm paraphrasing, but I can't remember exactly what he said. But it was something like that. Like, I was not proud of my first showreel, and you said like you've seen worse. So,
well, I remember,
and this one is a lot better. I believe I basically just made it the end of last year, so it's almost a year old. But it's everything that I think is nice. Like, I don't want to go into like, oh, I should have that or this or that. I don't want to overthink it too much. I just want, like, I'm proud of the shots that are there, so I put them there.
Cool. Well, I still remember your first showreel when you first showed it to me, and then when I gave you the internship on the company. I remember the showreel was really interesting, but you did have some weird stuff there. But I remember specifically thinking that it was a very creative showreel. It had a lot of really creative things, and there was something different. There was definitely something about this guy that I thought, oh, this is interesting. This is something there that is really good. Oh, that's cool. Well, I think people will enjoy it. Can I just ask you one thing? The showreel, does it have any commercial song or music that you think will be?
It has an Icelandic song.
Okay.
So we could just like mute it and.
No, I'll give it a go.
For you, no.
I'll give it a go. You can sing it. Oh, that's much better.
No, it's Iceland. I think it's by an Icelandic band.
Okay.
If I recall.
Okay.
I can't remember. They're called FM Belfast.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll give.
So like.
It probably will be. So let me say this. Like, basically, last time I did the showreel reviews, there was someone that said, "Oh, don't worry, there's no claims," and then I posted the showreel of that person, and of course I had a claim on YouTube. But it's fine because YouTube now has an option where if you get a claim, you have an option to just mute that section. And so if I end up having a claim, I'll just mute the song on that moment. So what we will do is we'll watch the showreel without talking, because otherwise our conversation will be muted as well. Although there is a button that says you can mute the music and keep the dialogue, but it says beta, so I'm not gonna trust it because it might just keep just a couple of words. So I think let's just play your showreel and see, and then we can talk after the showreel. So I'm gonna just lay it on the screen. Let's just open up. I had it open here on Vimeo, so let me just do that. What is it?
Could you share so I can see your screen on Zoom, because I can see it on the YouTube, but then
it's too delayed. Yeah, of course. I'll do that.
Like, of course we could do it after the showreel. So like,
no, but then you can watch it at the same time. You probably should be seeing it now, I think.
Yeah. I can see your screen.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like.
Oh yes, please, not everyone call me.
Oh yeah, sorry. well,
no, it's my fault. Like. Yeah.
Well, this is public domain, so okay. So let's just watch your showreel now. So Bjorn, I'm just gonna ask you one thing. Could you just be so kind to mute your mic, because I can't control the separate mics. I'm just listening to all the audio.
Okay, muting now.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna play Bjorn's showreel, and I'll be right back. Okay. So we'll see you in how long is this? 1 minute and a half. Just perfect length. That's great. So let's just do that. Okay, that was great.
Yeah.
Let me just stop sharing my screen for a moment. What is it?
You might know all of the songs there. no, the clips,
the shots. Well,
there are 2, 3 which were not with you.
Me. Yeah, that's correct. Well, first of all, I must say the music choice is actually great. I actually really like it.
This is like a really nice band from Iceland called FM Belfast. I have no idea why they're called that. I've never looked into them. But they do excellent covers as well. Like they do, like, most of their, like, in the beginning there were like 2 or 3 like really nice covers that they did, and then they like do these really chilled, laid back dancing songs.
That's cool. Just one thing, Bjorn. Just give me 1 second, because I've lost all controls on Zoom. So I cannot click on anything. I can't click on the window. I can't click on anything. I think
restart the call.
I think Zoom crashed. So let's just restart the call. The same link.
I'll leave and I'll wait for a link.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
I can't even close it. Can I close it? Damn. Okay. This was a hard crash on Zoom. Okay, let's just open this thing again, because why not? Because we have all the time in the world here. Okay, so I have no idea what happened there. Copy invitation. Okay, I'll just start this again. That was a weird thing to happen. Again, garbage truck on fire. It's always the same thing. So that's the link. Okay. Reclaiming. No. Reclaiming host. That's fine. I don't need to reclaim the host. At least I can now click on things, which is good. Okay, so hopefully Bjorn can come in again and we can talk some more about things. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's gonna come in now. Okay, so admit. Okay, I actually now have controls again, so which is great.
You have the control.
I just basically all the controls disappeared, even the full screen and the way to close the thing. So yeah, I was saying, I am 100% certain that I'm going to be claimed on that song because it's just a commercial song. I'm sure YouTube will claim it for sure, but it's not a problem. I'll mute the song, but it's a really lovely song. But it's also a really great showreel. And like you said, yes, many shots are from the projects we've done together. But there's quite a lot of shots there that are not. And some shots I didn't even saw before. So you have some really cool stuff there. So yeah, so congratulations. That's really good stuff. And
Jill says, Bjorn, we need longer showreel next time. Am I supposed to make more shots? Include more?
No, I think it's a great length. I don't think you need more time. So if anyone is watching right now, if you need a good compositor, that's the one you need to grab. Just contact Bjorn. You now have his email and his phone number as well. But yeah, it's a great showreel, Bjorn. So congratulations with that. Shoehorning Bjorn here to try to see if you give you some work.
And also one reason why I don't have it public is I think there are 2 shots that I don't have. I don't know if I can show publicly. So here is the first publicly one. But
I know exactly what you mean. There's a shot there of a project we've done together that has never came out yet. It has not come out yet, but I hope it comes out someday. But it's been 2 years. I doubt. I don't know. I don't know. We've waited longer.
And I doubt the producers from that are.
No, they're not watching the stream. No, and I'm sure they're not. But the funny thing is that project is actually a really cool project, and I hope it comes out someday. It has a lot of puppets and puppeteers and things like that, and it's a really nice project, but. You guys need to know on the chat, this has happened to me on my career multiple times, shots that never came out, or for example the Vermintide trailer, it took a year for it to be out. So sometimes things take
from delivery.
Yeah, from delivery, not even from making. We delivered it, and then it was another year until they've decided to launch the trailer. So and I've also had projects that took 6 months. I think the longest was Vermintide, which was a year. I've also had projects that never came out. That's a different conversation, of course. But that happened to me at least 6 or 7 times. So which sucks. People are looking forward to getting the project and then it never comes out. So but it is what it is. It happens a lot, actually, more than people think. I think. Okay, cool. So I guess let's just jump into the thing. Let's just jump into the project that we're gonna go deconstruct. And so last time we were basically we basically wrapped up. If I'm not mistaken, I think we wrapped up the thing. I'm gonna just share my screen so that you can also see what I'm doing. Okay, so desktop. It would be desktop 1. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm sharing my screen as well with you. Minimizing this, and then where are you? You are here. Okay, I'm gonna just put you here a little bit on the corner there. Can I make this a bit bigger? I thought I did. Okay, there you go. So that will be probably easier. So I can now do that and then put like that. Okay, so that we are both one on. I'll put you on this side because of the Nuke thing. Because Nuke's viewer, so we don't cover it too much. Okay, so I haven't opened it, so I need to go and open it. So I should have done this in the beginning, of course, but I didn't. Okay, so yeah, I think we pretty much did. So for those of you that don't know, we are deconstructing the Zeiss project that we have been deconstructing for like 7 streams now, I think. And last week, 2 weeks ago, I was here with Bjorn and we were deconstructing the painting and cleanup script where we talked about the projections and everything. And so today we're going to focus on the roto and keying script. And then next, in 2 weeks from now, I will focus on the main script, the CGI main script where we gather all these renders. So we still have 2 more streams about this project. And the 2 last streams will be just to wrap up the shot where we go through the actual final comp of that shot. Okay, so I'm going to just like open this up. And so let's open this up. So for those of you wondering, this is not vanilla Nuke, it's something else. Okay, so we have version 14 of the mat. So that would be that version.
If I recall, then you made a separate render.
Yes, I did. Yeah,
because like this is probably either where I left off or where I left off and applied it to the comp and continued.
Yes, I believe so.
Like, because I think at one point I just needed the comp, like the changes that you were making to see what I'm updating.
Yeah, to the main script. Yes,
like we'll find out soon.
Just gonna just switch this thing in, and I'm gonna just switch off the it's already switched off. I'm just switching off the preview so I don't, because I'm using the preview for the stream. Okay, so I'm also going to open up the final script so we can bounce around from that to that. So this is the final script, which is version 50, which is for stream. And I'm going to open that. And also this one, I believe I am going to save it as incremental for stream as well. So I don't want to... I don't want to fuck up anything on the script in case I need to open this again. So I might as well just make a new version. So this is the final script. We ended up at the end, when I was wrapping up this project and I was dealing with the final script. We'll do that in 2 weeks from now. I'm going to go really in detail on the script. But at some moment, I started bringing in different things. So we basically had this thing here, which was just him on the floor. That came directly from your script, which is called Frederick only. And there was still quite a lot of compositing and edges and color correction happening in here, and motion blurs and little tweaks and paint overs. But at some moment, we had just him without the floor, and then we had the shadow as a separate thing. So that was
it was also done because at one point we were trying to just have the CG floor.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we were like, we came with this where we had the combination.
Yeah.
So like having both was like important.
Yeah, absolutely. That was exactly it. And I think the other one is here. Yeah, that's another one that we then also did from there, the shadow only, that thing. And I think that is it.
How did I do that?
We're gonna find out.
Like now I'm trying to remember. Did I do it just with roto, just like follow his actual shadow, or did I do some weird?
I don't think this is a roto, because look at it. It looks to me like it's the actual shadow that you've extracted, because it's too garbage matty to look like a roto. You see that? Like you can see a lot of mistakes and problems, and it kind of looks like a very low resolution keying version of that thing, you know. So I think that's what that is, but we'll find out in a second. Okay, so I'm gonna just save this. Now this could crash at any minute, so bear with me, of course, because this script, I have both of them open. Okay, so not that I have enough RAM for that, but Nuke might not like that. Nuke usually doesn't like. So as I told last time, this section of the script we're not really going to be talking about. This section is mainly a trimmed down version of the main script, which you brought in so you can have the CG at least.
Yeah. And it's like, as you can see, not treated, no depth of field, nothing.
Yeah. It's just like that.
And
so,
I just render it there, like the beauty.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
and this is very common for everyone listening. So you basically, whatever you have for the roto in painting, it could have even been a more raw CG, but obviously the most complete you have, the better, because then you can make like this is not, of course, the final version. I believe this is version 48. I think the comp itself is on version 50. So this was a couple of you kept updating it, of course, but this is very commonplace, and I really recommend people doing that. Always give your roto and painting artist the best version possible, because that will give them a lot of instructions of where to deal with the rotos, the shapes, the edges, and the brightness levels. Because if you just have the vanilla CG, you know, if I go here and I bring in just the raw CG that Martin made, which was this one, I'm watching the
Purple,
yeah, so that's the alpha. So if you guys look here, I'll bring this over. So see that's the comp that Bjorn is using, and this is just the raw CG. And as you can see, in terms of luminosity and in terms of just the sheer luminosity, brightness levels, glow levels, and fog levels, we're going to be very different. So when you're adjusting edges and adjusting fine detail, not that he has hair because he's bald, but like fine detail on the edges of the clothing or the wind thing, it's just going to be much easier to deal with if you have a proper comp there, you know.
Yeah.
So I just advise people to do that and treat your fellow juniors or roto artists or paint artists or prep artists with care, and give them as much information as possible. Okay, so at least they should. Yes.
So someone said here, give artists cropped, retimed, half res 8-bit, H.264 footage with no TC. Exactly, that's what everybody wants.
Yes, that's exactly what we should do. And hi, Mikael, great to see you again. Mikael is it's always so great to have you on the streams. Mikael is always here, either in the streams, the show reels, even the gaming streams. So thank you so much for always taking the time to be here and watching, Mikael. So that's exactly it. That's exactly what you should do. So forget what I said, and you should just forget what I said.
Listen to Mikael.
Exactly. Like basically do this. I'll just go here and put it 142. That's what you should do. You should give that.
Yeah.
That should be
exactly.
the exact quality you should give to any artist for them to work with. And then you just tell them, like my clients now say, oh, can't you just put it in AI and it will make it better? You just do that, you know. Just give it to AI and it will fix it. It will be fixed, you know. Bless directors who use bold actors, yes. Well, Nub, to be honest, I did not do it in purpose. I used Frederick because I liked Frederick. It wasn't because he was bald, but it helped that he was bald. That's for sure.
No, he sent you as well, like a pre-recorded video. Like basically, because he has a green screen studio, so he can do like the basic setup and sends like audition tapes to people and has like live auditions and stuff. So like he did a really nice one, I must say.
Yeah, absolutely. And
like,
I'm just gonna like
by his professionalism, that's why he got the job. Like he's really good at what he does. Yeah. And like how he presents himself, like when he's trying to get the job.
Absolutely. Because we got, I remember that I had like 5 or 6 actors that sent things, but this is Frederick Wettey, which was the actor on the project. He's amazing. You know, if you guys ever need an actor for a project, I'll put the link on the description on the chat here. So that's his homepage. He's very sought after as well. He's always doing a lot of projects and a lot of things, and he was amazing. Like Bjorn said, he sent us, and he also has a very active social media page as well, which is also good to see. So you can kind of like check out everything that he's been doing, and he's so active. Like I can't believe that he has so many projects here. So if you scroll through down, Zeiss is only here. Look at the amount of things he's done in 1 year. It's like he's really, really active. So I'm going to put his Instagram as well here if you guys want to check it out. If you ever need a good presenter with a good speaking, he speaks English and German. So I promise I'm not his agent, okay? Just wanted to let everyone know. Not his agent. I'm not gonna give a cut, but I know Frederick is amazing, and he has a LinkedIn page as well, so he's been like there active as well, and he's always very kind with me as well. He's always reposting and liking, and he's actually been on one of these. Like I know that he's watched one of the streams as well. Okay, Fred, I think I can't copy paste that thing for some reason. I think it's where that one is it showing up? Yeah, there you go. So I'm just gonna post his. Might as well give him some promotion. Why not? He was so kind with his time. So, many does. Yeah, but yes, the advantage is that he's bald. That's definitely an advantage.
But like, there are also like problems that come with it.
Yeah.
Like not that.
Yeah.
You should pick someone because of something, but like, it's easier, of course. Like if you need to do a full roto, it's easier to follow that along. But like, still there are like when you have these minor edge issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
absolutely.
just like different backgrounds going from like the plain background over the green screen. You have like different edges where you have to like treat them in different ways.
And don't get me wrong, you know, like it. You can also hire him and put a wig on him.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have him bald as well. Green spill would be a problem. Yes, it would for sure. Green spill is always a problem. Okay, so let's get back on track on here. So this is the result of your script, and so let's just go through how you've actually constructed this. So this is the script, the main script. Like I said, guys, ignore this section. That's part of the main script, which we'll talk about in 2 weeks from now when we do this stream again. And this is your main build, right? So you basically build it by constructing sections, wasn't it, Bjorn? That's your main thing.
Yeah,
this,
that's usually so. Like, if I recall, this is kind of everything. Like there's a YouTube channel called Compositing. What are they called?
Compositing Academy, is that the one?
No, Mentor. Compositing Mentor. I can't remember. Tony Lyon.
Oh yeah, I think it's like, called. Yeah, it's on my.
Yeah.
It's on my channel.
Really nice. Like it's basically the setup that he presents on his green screen.
Well,
or like at least somewhat what he is using there. If it's not exactly the same build. But like
gives me the opportunity to let you guys all know, if you go to my channel on the homepage, if you scroll all the way down after all my videos, on the bottom here there's a recommended channels, and if you go to recommended channels, I have all the channels that I would recommend people to see, and this is the channel you're talking about. Yeah. So I have all of them here. I have, of course, Anna's channel first. And then my sponsors, and then I have, of course, Victor, which I would recommend. But Compositing Mentor is an amazing channel, and so I'm gonna just let everyone knows as well.
Like,
I'm sure everyone knows.
So if someone was like, I kind of know that setup, so like, especially if you want to go into detail, like how this kind of works, and I might deviate from like something that he's doing, or like do it incorrectly just to get what I need from it, but like it's a really nice setup, because he as you can see, he has those CT compositing series. They're really nice, especially like they're in depth, like going piece by piece, and he does the same thing with keying, just piece by piece, talking about things like going in depth. Like
it is really good. And I like Mikael saying there's a YouTube channel called Something Desk. It's like go for it.
And he talks about stamps, which we mentioned last time. Someone was asking about it. Like this talk that he has with Alexander Gudmundsson.
That one.
I'm not sure. Like I think he's one of the stamp guys. Like
Not
sure. And then he has like how he uses it with deep.
Yeah.
So like,
Which we were talking last time. Yeah. He's the AG Way. He also has a really good channel as well. Alexander also.
His channel.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
also
is that him? Oh,
yeah, that's him.
I have that
The
channel.
AG's
Like,
Way.
AG Way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes really in depth on so many things. Like, I would
absolutely.
definitely. I could talk to you just about like, oh, what channels I watch.
That will be a good video.
Like,
and actually, like I'm the radio show that I'm doing now on YouTube. Last time the topic was the state of the industry. I definitely think a possible topic for the radio show could be channels of YouTube, and where people can come in and they can talk about their channels, and maybe you can come in for 5 minutes and tell about your channels as well. Because that's actually, this is a great idea. I'm gonna write this down. So, because I think that's a great topic for the radio show for sure. Let's see here, radio show. Best YouTube channel. I have also a channel. I have also like there's a tab on my course, on the Discord course, which has best channels as well. You can find a lot of them there. But yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know that Compositing Mentor, it is, I must say this, like, it is a disgrace that he only has 14,000 subscribers. So guys, go please and subscribe to him, okay? Because he deserves so much more subscribers than this. And I think I see a lot of people that watch videos that don't subscribe, and it really helps the channels to subscribe, okay? Just go in and support Tony Lyons, and go and support him. He does so many things for the community. He's been amazing, and he's
part of the VFX Nomads as well.
Exactly.
And they only have like 1,000 something, so
I know.
Like on their podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna do this on the radio show, I think.
Yeah,
but
let's
this thing,
do it then.
this thing with that Bjorn was saying, the AOVs and the compositing, how he does it. I just let you know that this is really recommended. Like, this is pretty much as good and detailed as anything you'll find on a course. You know, for example, on my Nuke course that you can buy, I have all these as well, the AOVs and how you put them together. This is as detailed as that. So basically, it's a free resource that people can use to learn how to put together CGI. And it is really I think it's the most detailed free tutorial for CG compositing. Any other compositing tutorial for CG will have to be paid. You can either buy my course, or you can buy Victor Sperry's course, or the Compositing Academy. Those courses are also very good, but this is free. So you guys should go and check it out, because I think he's done an amazing job there. Okay, the meeting is going to end in 10 minutes. Fine. We'll
let's wrap this up.
No, we'll do like I said. We'll go to a second one on Zoom, and then after that we'll move on to Google Meet. I keep refusing myself to pay Zoom. They don't deserve my money. Okay, so going back to this. So this is the setup, and as I was telling, of course, Bjorn, it was very kind of you to label everything so well. And this is a core thing of working with someone else, because of course me and Bjorn were bouncing scripts together, so you need to label everything. That's an advice I give to everyone. So yeah.
Like so if you zoom out a bit.
Yeah. Zoom out a bit. This is the entire setup.
So like this this thing here, like, does it show up on screen?
Yes, it does now.
Right. Yeah. This is just part of the edge spill, like different types of sections of him, where it spills, and then I have the matte here. And then roto here. Yeah. So that's how that is split up. So like if you zoom a bit more out, we see the whole blue thing. Yeah, and then these are like, you have the matte, these mats here coming down and in, and then the roto here, because I don't need to treat most of the roto as much, because I'm using the keying to dispel the green screen mostly. And then there are like other treatments down here, like edge treatments that like just arise because we have different backgrounds behind him, and then adding the CG one. So like that's the basic thing, but like like for this, because the green screen is such a small part of it, actually. It's just in the end and it works quite well. So I only have like 3 sections here.
Yeah.
Of it. Like most of the time, if I would have like a full green screen shot, I might have like 10 of each of these. So we can zoom in on them maybe if we want. Or where do you think it's best to start to go into?
No.
And these things here, these are just like tracking that I use for some of it. And then I'm prepping roto here to bring over to this area or into anything else that I'm using, because I like doing roto all in one place, viewing it all in one place, and then like I bring it over to every part of like downstream from there, and I just for some reason keep all of these roto notes just in case if I delete it. If I decide I don't need this, so I delete it and then the roto is gone, and then I have to go into older script to pick it up.
Yeah.
Because I'm lazy.
Well, it makes no difference to have extra stuff on the script. Like, so, people should of course leave stuff there if they need to. It's only when you're cleaning up to share with someone else that you should then start maybe cleaning it up in a bit higher way. So by the way, just someone on the chat mentioned that I by mistake had the Twitch stream saying that I was playing Silent Hill. Apologies for that. I've now updated it. I've updated the title to
someone is gonna be disappointed.
I know. It said that I was playing Silent Hill. I will play Silent Hill later on today, but I do apologize. I've now updated the Twitch, and so thank you so much for letting me know, friend Yoshi. Thank you so much. Apologies for that, everyone. So yeah, I think you were asking what are we gonna do. Okay, just to keep you in mind, we have 5 minutes left on this call, and then I'll just call you again. You need to refresh, Yoshi. So if you refresh, it will show up because I can see it on my screen. I think you just need to. I had to refresh for it to show up. So it might you might need to refresh the window. Okay, so I think we just go in through this directly and just check it out. So basically, you basically have 2 things here. You have the main plate, which this is all aces. This is directly from DaVinci, and this is the raw plate, the 6K raw plate.
No denoise or anything.
Yeah, so you have one version which is the raw plate, and as I mentioned on the first stream I did, which wasn't with you, Bjorn, we tend to composite as much as we can with the raw resolution that we got from the client. Of course, only if you get like a really absurd resolution, then maybe not, but it tends to be that if we get 4K, we work with 4K. If we get 6K, we work with 6K. It's just easier because then you give the same thing and they have exactly the same resolution. And in this case, we worked mostly on 8K plates on the regular trailer NOD in DaVinci, and then in Nuke the CG shots were 6K because they were shot in 6K. So
where does this lead?
So this is going to all the way
nowhere.
This is going nowhere.
Yeah. So that was probably some setup for either the floor or something. So like this is redundant because I probably started there. Sometimes I might use I mostly use the denoise when I'm working on a key.
Yeah, of course.
Especially when it's just gonna be regrained when on top of everything when everything's comped. I work like that, but I usually always keep the grained version.
Yeah.
In case I get a better key. Well.
Yeah.
So it was here probably connected for most of the time.
Yeah, at some point, and then you get the denoise version. And this is also something that people should know, that not that there's a lot of noise on this project, it's not very noisy, but it's still enough noise for you to have some discrepancy. I need to move this a bit higher, otherwise I can't. Especially here, if you go to a darker area, and if I compare between the raw plate and the denoise plate, this is the difference basically. You have enough noise to give you some hard shape. So, and also at some point, it is just easier to deal with things with denoise. But of course, keep in mind that sometimes you have to recover the noise again. And I don't think we did. I think we did another type of noise on top of everything. I think we did a stylized noise or something.
Because didn't matter for
Yeah.
the final one. It was an artistic one. Like we
Exactly.
weren't doing
Exactly. I decided.
like they're doing on films. They're matching the exact
Yeah.
noise and putting that
Yeah.
as well on the CG and
Yeah.
there. So like,
I made a decision as I was the director of this project. I made the decision of putting my own noise, and I was trying to emulate some kind of stock from film. So I was trying to put. It wasn't even that much. I didn't put a lot of noise on the film, just a little bit of it. So I didn't bring back the sensor noise. I just put some grain. Instead of putting noise, I put grain back. So that was at the end. So we worked on everything completely denoised, and that is the main one. Aaron is asking, can you explain the paint process again? So Aaron, you can just watch the recording. All of them are available on YouTube. Just go ahead and watch it again. And if you still have questions, come back in 2 weeks and we can kind of go through a couple of more things. I can always open it up, but I think, if you watch it again, I'm sure you'll be fine. So Rek is asking if it was Das Grain. This was not Das Grain. This was the Neat video, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
yeah, like, don't you have it there on the site?
I think I do. I should have. At least
Like,
usually.
it's
It's
no,
not
I mean
here.
like here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so
Like reduce noise, the Neat video one. No, I mean like at the site of your like
oh,
toolbar.
sorry.
Like
Oh yeah.
because I think we didn't denoise it in this script.
No. It's here.
We
So
probably did it in the main comp or something.
I believe actually it was on the. Wasn't it on the cleanup that you did it? Maybe show. I'm gonna open the cleanup real quick just to show people.
I think I usually do it in the main comp. Like
Yeah.
usually not unless we have a specific comp just for denoising.
Yeah. Just a bit of warning that it's less than a minute, so the call is gonna drop any minute. Just so you know.
You just send me another link.
Yeah, I will. But you know what? Let's do a break because it's been an hour, and then let's just do a 10-minute break, and we'll be right back. Okay, Bjorn, is that okay? Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we'll do a break because I think it will just be better to do it now since the Zoom call is going to drop out anyway. And so might as well we do the break now, and then we can restart the Zoom call after. It's been an hour already since we started. So I think we'll just do a break real quick. Remember, this is always the same thing. During the break, I really recommend everyone to get up of their chair, go somewhere else, and rest your eyes. As someone that is always switching glasses because my eyesight is getting worse and worse with age, just wanted to recommend everyone to getting up, getting some water, drink some water, stretch your legs so the blood can flow in their veins. Really recommend for you to do that. Don't worry, we're not going to go anywhere. We'll be back in exactly 10 minutes. I'm going to put a timer, so you can also put a timer, and then you know when you can come back. During the break, if you want to watch it, I will have the commercial for the Foundry again, and I'll have the commercial for Anna's book, Green Recipes for All. I believe I also have the commercials for my course as well. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure if I actually have that there. But if I don't, it will at least be that one. So let me just double check. I think it's only the so it's only the Foundry's commercial, and then it's not my course. No, I thought it was my course there, but I can put that in. That's not a problem. I can put that in real quick. So I'll just do that real quick so that people can watch that as well. And of course you don't need to watch any of it. You can just go away and come back in exactly 10 minutes. So so let's do that. Exactly 10 minutes from now, I'll be right back, and then we'll continue constructing the script. And I'll see you all very soon.
Foundry's Nuke is the industry standard tool for compositing in the film and TV industry. We've produced and curated all the essential resources for learning Nuke and preparing you for the profession, as well as recommendations for other training resources. You'll learn compositing fundamentals, rotoscoping, keying, tracking objects, color management, 3D compositing, and much more. Our objective is to empower artists with all the knowledge they need to push their skills to the next level. Jump in and start learning today.
Hello everyone! I'm super excited to give you a glimpse of my first cookbook, Green Recipes for All, featuring over 50 dishes inspired by amazing Mediterranean food. Inside you can find recipes made with a variety of fresh, healthy and versatile ingredients and popular plant-based products. These are great choices whether you already follow a plant-based diet or simply wish to cook a few weekly meat-free meals to reduce your overall meat consumption. In the book, you'll find a wide range of new and exclusive recipes, from soups and big salads to main courses and desserts, as well as some of the most popular recipes here on my channel, such as the perfectly cooked non-stick rice or the tabbouleh-style bulgur and mixed bean salad. Not forgetting a new version of the delicious tofu chocolate mousse. So, if you'd like to have a look at my book and try some of the recipes, just visit any Amazon marketplace and order a copy, which is available in hardcover, paperback or digital formats. Hope you enjoyed the book, have fun cooking, and see you next time.
What a beautiful place. But guess what? It's not real. You know, these days, nearly every production has some form of visual effects, and most of them need camera tracking. This is CinCraft Scenario. Easy, real-time camera tracking, anywhere, anytime. This will speed up your visual effects pipeline. This means no more tracking markers in your backgrounds, and less work with your lens distortion. So you can be creative and experiment. This device and its software do the magic. You can track indoors, outdoors, on a LED volume, on a green screen, on a film set, or even in a parking lot. We got you covered. No matter how many objects move in front of the camera. And tracking outside? Yes, you've guessed it. Our system goes the extra mile. It tracks natural markers to compute the camera's movement for you. Oh, hello. But how does the system track in an empty environment? Come on, check this out. Do you see those reflective markers on the floor? They're used for tracking setups like green screens. And this little camera tracks the reflective markers anywhere you put them. And you can even perform live pre-comp on set. Any scenario is a breeze with our system, including this LED volume. By the way, we also support frame remapping technology. While they switch lenses, hear me out. With Zeiss lenses, there is no lens calibration needed. The system is plug and play. And another cool feature is oh, well, that was a bit too fast. The tracking data can be recorded and easily handed over to the VFX studio. So we are really speeding things up here, don't we? Wow, that's amazing. We also need to speed things up because we're running out of time. So now it's your turn. Let your imagination run free.
Are you interested in learning compositing? My Nuke course is currently 50% off. Join today to have access to 150 pre-recorded classes, 50 hours of training, using real production assets covering industry standard techniques with over 200 gigs of showreel material and access to a private Discord channel with over 2,300 students. This course is endorsed by Foundry and has access to a Foundry student license paid separately. Join today at hugosdesk.myshopify.com. Okay, I'm back. Thank you so much for sticking around. We're going to continue with our stream. There's a lot of questions, a lot of conversations on the chat. Don't forget that we do have a radio show, and we're going to do a radio show soon. But so we'll have more questions, of course. Time for the green cola moment. This time, not green cola. Again, I keep saying this. I'm not sponsored by them, okay? I just love their product. Because the Diet Coke thing has really been breaking the enamel of my teeth, and I just figured that this is a more natural and organic drink that doesn't have acids, so it doesn't break my teeth. They also have orange, lemonade, and cherry, and this is the lemonade version. It's not green, of course, it's yellow. But I just figured that today I'll have a break from the caffeine and just have some lemonade. Lovely sound. Damn, that's cold. That's really good. Wow, there's a lot of talks on the chat. I'm gonna see if I can keep up with this. So let's see here. Do you think if cinema had involved with digital camera, digital grain would be an aesthetic? I don't think so. You mean as a joke? I'm wondering what you think about the coming of AI in our jobs. A good thing or something that would literally kill our job if not in the not so far in the future. AI has good things and bad things. I have a video about that on my channel. I think that AI is not going to go anywhere, so we all have to adapt to it. I don't like AI personally. I talk about that on my video. It's on my YouTube channel. I just feel that we don't need AI. We have more than enough artists. We could definitely have AI to help us with other tasks, like tasks that are harder to do. I wish I had, AI to help me with the tasks that are repeated. And for some reason, these companies are focused on doing AI for the final product, for the artistic side of things. And we never needed the artistic side to be optimized or automated. What we needed for automation to help our artistic process. And so I don't really understand why there's this obsession of doing automation on the artistic construction. I wanted the construction itself to be automated, not the result to be automated. So that's my main thought of it. I don't like it, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's not going to go away, and we all have to deal with it. So my advice is for watching that video, everyone should just keep looking at it and testing it and try to find ethical sourced AI, which is hard, I know. That'll be my short answer. I'm sure we're going to talk more about that when we do the radio show again. I'll bring you in a minute, Bjorn, so give me just 1 second just to go through all these questions. Okay, so let's see here. Any way to answer you for commercials projects 2K, 4K, and above? Oh, no, wait a minute. Thanks, Sajal. You don't need to be moderating. You should rest up, my friend. You should rest up. Let's see here. Let's just see other questions. Can virtual screen replace VFX compositing? Not yet. No, virtual screens are. I have some shots on this commercial are using a virtual screen. They're not good enough, and you have Moe effect. You have all sorts of other problems. I don't think it will replace visual effects compositing anytime soon. A lot of directors still prefer to go outside and to go to a location, and that will not be over ever at any time, any moment. People will still go out to film, and as soon as they go out to film, they need, if they go to a location or if they go to a house or if they go to a palace or they go to a racetrack or whatever, they will still need to deal with visual effects because they will be outdoors. So I don't think virtual screens will ever replace normal compositing, because it will just be a choice of directors. It's just another tool to do it. So many questions. I don't think I can go through all of this. This is just way too many. Guys, you're just like inundating me with questions. I'll try my best to go through them. I can see some people answering themselves. But yeah, I'm gonna bring in Bjorn so we can continue talking through the script. That was the objective of this call anyway. And then maybe at the end we can always We can always like have more talks about things. I'm happy to do that, but for now, I'm just gonna bring Bjorn because that was the idea of this stream. So I'll just do that. So I'm gonna bring him in and bring him in here, and hopefully he can come in and we can continue the script. Oh, thank you so much, Richie. Richie Photography became a member on YouTube. Thank you so much for being that. Like your name is going to be on the credits of my podcast and on my videos. So thank you so much for becoming a member. Goes without saying that if you want to support the channel, you can become a member on YouTube, and then your name is on the credits and it supports the channel. You can also become a Patreon as well. A lot of new things are going to come in on Patreon in January. You can also become a subscriber on Twitch. And on Twitch is much better because it is free for you. If you have Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, it's completely free for you to subscribe to my channel. Even if you're not watching it on YouTube, you can just subscribe on Twitch because then I get some money from Amazon. And it's only a $1, but it's still $1, you know. So keep that in mind. If you have a Prime subscription, and if you watch Amazon Prime, or if you receive packages on Prime, you can get it for free. You can subscribe to my channel for free. It won't cost you anything. And at least Amazon will give you $1, you know. So keep that in mind. Have that like even if you're not watching on Twitch, you know. So okay, I'm gonna bring in Bjorn. Oh, sorry, forgot to put you with audio. Now people can hear you. Yeah. Cool.
Hello.
So let's continue this. So Bjorn, sorry, apologies for the
no problem.
For the break. I had to get a drink, and I also had to go to the loo as well. So I'll put you on the corner again here, and then I'll share my screen with everyone. I'm not sharing yet. I'll share my screen in a minute. Okay, so that will be that one and that one. Okay, cool. I think people now can see you again, and they can see my screen as well. So anyway, let's just keep going. So and I apologies for the questions on the chat. I mean, we have a radio show where we can go in through more chats, and I think we can also talk a bit more at the end of the stream when we're doing the giveaway. There's a lot of questions there on the chat, and I just want to go through the script first, and then we can go through the rest of the things, okay?
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, this was denoised. Again, advise everyone to always denoise everything. This was using... Oh, yeah, I opened that script, by the way. So I had that one open. That would have been this one, I believe. So this one... I can't remember exactly where you've denoised it, but
I believe, like, if there isn't a specific denoise script, then I usually do it on the comp.
Yeah, it
like
probably
the main
is.
comp.
Yeah, it probably is here somewhere.
Like, so should just be at the top of
exactly.
where the where he is.
Could be that I've deleted already that. Because
Yeah,
like
on occasion it probably is then.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I don't really remember where it is anymore. I don't believe it's here anymore. So
it's a regular setup. Like usually I just do like bring it in and see what I get with basically just clicking auto and see.
Yeah.
Like especially with so little grain where it isn't like usually just stepping through the process.
Yeah.
Will give you a decent result.
Absolutely. That's like, true. Yeah. So it
then I just go through it and compare it with the original, making sure that I'm not softening like especially the important areas.
Yeah.
And then moving on.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not a fancy setup at all, guys. And I will tell you something, like a lot of times I just use the default automatic setting on Neat Video. And then if I do have a problem, then of course I'll go to the frequencies and to the high frequency, low frequency, and medium frequencies to try to adjust certain things on the noise. But I can tell you that the Neat Video does a great job by itself. Like sometimes you don't even need to do anything. I don't have it open anymore, but I'll just open it real quick here for people to at least see what we're talking about.
Plus the Sony Venice is quite good. Regarding with noise, at least in this very lit thing that we have.
Yeah, exactly. And for those of you who don't know, like, I'm sure everyone knows, but this is what we're talking about. We're talking about this plugin. And this plugin is available for Nuke, and it's available for DaVinci and Final Cut and Premiere. You can pretty much, I think you can use it on anything, to be honest. I believe
it's so much.
Yeah, there it is. That's all the things that they support.
Even Vegas.
Vegas. I know.
Does anyone add it in that anymore?
I used to, like a long ass ago. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to like really quickly just mention something on the chat. So I can see that on the chat there's Christian Pelving is talking on the chat. So just first of all, hello Christian. I haven't seen you in years. I just wanted to let you all know that Christian was the person that hired me at Uppsala when I moved to Sweden. So he was the one that backed me for me to be hired at Animax. So I can't thank you enough, Christian. I almost don't have a career without you, because if I haven't left Portugal, I would have never really started my career. So back then you supported me and you helped me being hired to Animac, and then I moved to Sweden. I stayed there for 3 years. We had a wonderful time. We worked on a lot of projects together. It was wonderful. Christian is a great director and a great VFX artist as well. And I can't thank you enough because, because of all the work I did at Animac. That's why then I moved to London, and then I started working at the mill and other things. So I owe you a lot, my friend. I owe you a lot, Christian, and thank you so much for being here and saying hello. Of course I remember you. Come on, man. You're asking me if I remember you. So yeah, thank you so much for doing everything, for doing so much for me back then. I was so young. I was only 24. This was 2006. So it was like almost 20 years ago that happened. So it's been a long ass time. So thank you so much, my friend. But yeah, to go back to your question, if Vegas is on this list, I'm sure someone is using it. Like, if otherwise it wouldn't be on this list. Does Vega even exist?
It probably does, and it's probably better.
Oh yeah, Vegas Pro. Damn, yeah, you're right. Like,
it kind of looks like DaVinci.
Yeah, it does. I need to look into the. Oh, it's only Windows. Okay, it's not Mac, so never mind. I'm not. I don't.
We are excellent at getting sidetracked, man.
I know. I refuse to work. And Christian will show. I'm sure Christian will back me up here. I refuse to use Windows. Christian is also a Mac guy, so I refuse. Fuck Windows. I'm not using it. No way. So let's go back to this project. So as I was saying, most of the time, and yeah, we're getting sidetracked, but hey, guys, this is my stream. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's fine. It's not a problem. I think this is part of the industry, as we get sidetracked all the time. Okay, so I just wanted to let everyone know that a lot of times I basically just press this button, auto profile, and then I just check where it ends up. And if it ends up on a place that makes sense, like if it's a flat surface, then something is working well. In this case, it picked up the green screen, although it could have probably been picked up by the gray of the floor as well, or other parts of green screen, but it did work quite well. And then after I do that, I basically just, before I usually just apply and just check what's going on. If I'm not happy with what I see, if I now press apply, and this is now the denoised version of the script. And if I look here, we'll see the difference. So just again a second. So that's this is the version. And then is there a retime? Oh, maybe I'm on the wrong frame. Wait a minute. This is now you go. So let me just do that and then do that. Just to give it a second. It's just basically like previewing. Oh my god. Nuke is so slow.
And this
sometimes.
Is why we render out the denoise.
I know, because it's incredibly heavy, and I also I'm running full frame processing because I don't like to wait. I prefer to zoom in and zoom out and zoom in and zoom out. So that's also why
I'm like that as well. So, like I hate it when I forget to turn it on. I'm like
I know,
always rating for something.
I know. Oh, Christian says he hates DOS. It even goes deeper then.
Yeah,
he hates DOS as well.
That's old.
Christian, you just told everyone that you're old, man. Okay, so this is the result, as you can see. Pretty good. We get like most of the noise is gone. It's a defocused frame, of course. Maybe this is not the best. Let's just go to another frame, which is a bit sharper, maybe. And now we wait another hour. Let's just see if I can find a frame that is sharper. This is
in between, like where he's like moving.
That's pretty good. So I think it's because the camera was moving so much that we have a lot of blur. So as you can see, most of the detail is still there, still working. Even the really close detail of the nose, of course, you have a little bit of blurring, but that is normal. And also, this is why we're doing it in 6K. We are filtering it, but it's still quite good. Yeah. But if you're not happy with this, what I would advise you to do is to do this. If you're not happy with the automated, of course, it goes without saying, everyone, that it depends on what you're delivering, okay? So this is a commercial, okay? No one cares about commercials. So this is just a commercial. It's going to be on YouTube. So it's not like I need to be pixel fucking this thing because it's a commercial. So if it's a film, then it's different. If you guys are working on a film, then I would maybe advise you to go through the settings in a much more deeper way, because this will be enough for filtering to be seen on the cinema. It will be enough for you to see it on the big screen. So just judge what you're delivering and make sure you're doing the work, the groundwork for the delivery that you're doing. We were delivering in 4K, so we knew that we could filter a bit. Even from 6K, we had enough range to filter to 4K, because that was the delivery for YouTube. So that's why we are so blasé about this, So I don't want to sound that this should be the method if you're working on a film. It should not be. So I just wanted to let you know.
But on occasion, when I degrain, and I only have the green screen, I might try another area, which is not automated. To see, because sometimes I feel like the green noise is more, you get rid of more of just the green noise, and not as much of the red and the blue, in the overall picture. But, I feel like this is more when you don't have a very really well lit area. For instance, the green screen is well lit, and there's this mood lighting for the actor or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then you might get basically taken away just the majority of the green noise, but not the rest. But this, of course, depends on the shot and everything.
So. Yeah, of course, absolutely. So, as I was saying, this would be then my next stage. If I'm not happy with it, usually what I tend to do is I start going and messing around with my settings. And it tends to be that the majority of the times I try to... Well, I'm just going to open this all up. Just give me a second. So, is everything open now? Yeah, it is. So, a lot of times, a lot of things can be solved through the frequencies, because... there's a lot of noise, different types of patterns. So inside each of the level, both the chrominosity, which is, of course, dealing with color, and the luminosity, which is dealing with brightness, you still have individual types of noise. And I think Neat Video does a great job even of explaining this by looking at the types of noise you have on these little squares. By using the eye would be the more heavy noise, and then the mid will be the more blurry, and the low would be very, very blurry type of noise. And these sliders will really help you to try to reduce the aggressiveness of the denoising, depending on what type of automated denoise you try to do. So that would be always my second section, would be to go to the spatial type of denoising. And of course, the temporal noise is also important because, of course, he is using the frames befores and the frames afters to try to blur and to try to recover some detail. So you could also deal with things there. But again, like I said, you should only really go this deep, because you could stay here for hours trying to deal with this thing, and it's slow as hell as well. So always judge what you're trying to do first. If you're delivering something high-end, then you need to go deeper into this and really work your way through the frequencies. And the other advice I would give you as well is to try to make sure your Neat Video plugin is set up for the computer you have. Like right now I'm using 25 cores and 2 GPUs because that's what I have on my machine. But this is also very, very important. Oh, and by the way, when you open it up, it's beginner. You should always change it to advanced. But if you go to the preferences, this is also something that people sometimes blasé about, which is the optimization of what you're using. You should not randomly pick whatever you want. Like, I have 56 cores. I did not pick 56 because I did the benchmark. If you do a benchmark, basically, and the benchmark should be done when you're not having anything running. Like, I'm streaming to Twitch. I'm not going to be doing a benchmark now. But the benchmark should be done with just Nuke open, and then automatically Neat Video will tell you exactly how much CPU you should be using and how much GPUs you should be using. I did this benchmark months ago, and as you can see, he thought that from the 28 physical, I should be using 25 physical to keep a couple of cores free. And then the RAM is using 80% of each of my GPUs. So each of my GPUs have 36 gigs of VRAM. He's using about 32 gigs of VRAM. Now, keep in mind, if you're running this plugin, if you're using this much VRAM and this much CPU power, everything else is going to crawl to a hand. So please don't have Chrome open or DaVinci open or Max or Modo open at the same time, because that's going to remove resources from this processing. And this plugin is already slow, so don't make it even slower. That would be my advice, when you're dealing with this, because it can be excruciatingly slow. And that's why we pre-render it always pre-render it, because you do not have this live on your script. It's just going to bring the script to a halt, So I just wanted to let everyone know that. So this is not a tutorial about Neat Video. Maybe I'll do one day, but I'm going to remove this thing from my script. That's probably why I deleted it, because I didn't want to have it on my script processing in some way,
But yeah, usually I keep it to see, especially when you do a denoise and you don't notice something that it kind of ruined in the frame.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep it somewhere, even though it's in an old version. So I can go back and see, was it coming from that thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Or did I create it somewhere else down the line?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Absolutely. Okay, so let's keep going with this. So, of course, we're using the denoised pre-rendered EXR, and this is a EXR that was rendered in Zip1, not on the DreamWorks compression, so otherwise you're going to ruin the quality of the image. And this was an ACES interchange, so it's basically the highest quality of ACES, so you don't lose any resolution whatsoever. Now, I do know that for size matters, some people do use ACES CC. That's also a possibility. CG is also a possibility. But if you want to run the entire spectrum of color, the entire spectrum of color profile, you should use ACES 2065, which is also the one on DaVinci as well. So
that we did it like this as well, so you can pull in the denoised into DaVinci.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
for if we were just using it inside Nuke, CG or CC would have been totally fine, but this is a better direction towards DaVinci as well when you're bringing it over.
Exactly. And that's also because, as I showed you on the first stream we did, you can rewatch all the streams. There's a playlist. If you guys watch the first ever stream, which I think this is the 7th stream of this script, you notice that I have the raw footage on DaVinci Timeline. So I have the actual raw Sony camera footage there. I don't have proxies. I don't have anything. I have the raw thing, and that is a decision I made to keep it there so that I could color correct with the maximum quality as possible. But it will depend on the power of your machine. Now, I have a machine that can run the 6 and 8K in real time on DaVinci because I have a lot of VRAM and a lot of GPUs. I have 2 GPUs at the same time. And so if you have twin GPUs, it will run much faster on DaVinci. And of course, if you can't afford to do that, you might need to convert it to ProRes 444, which you'll have a quality hit, but at least you'll play back. But I didn't need to do that. DaVinci is pretty good at playing back these native formats much better than Nuke Studio, unfortunately. I know Foundry is the sponsor of the stream, but Nuke Studio is very behind in terms of the SDKs and the codecs that it can play, unfortunately. So the Sony Alta cameras are not even available on Nuke Studio. You can't even play back the material we had on this film. And the film was already done a year ago, and it's still not possible to play it on Nuke Studio. Even now, it's still not possible. So there's several generations behind in terms of codec codecs on their pipeline on Nuke Studio. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I never asked the foundry this, but they are definitely. The DaVinci would be the best place to go if you want to process any of this. And if you can't afford, and I apologize that I keep talking about this, became a tutorial, of course, but you know, also, if you can't afford Knit Video, which is cheap, but if you can't afford it, I would also let you know that the denoiser, the spatial machine learning denoiser of DaVinci is very good as well. It's actually very powerful. The denoiser, it can compete with Knit Video. It's not as good as Knit Video, but the machine learning, the one that showed up on DaVinci 17, it is actually very powerful, and I'm even considering maybe start using that instead. So just so you know, they have a very good machine learning denoiser there. Okay, so let's keep going. So basically, Bjorn, let's talk about this. So like you said, on this side, you have the dispilling, and why do you separate everything in terms of dispilling? Tell us a little bit about that.
Because, like, of course, if you just go into the B pipe from where the plate is.
Yeah, so
like
you're talking about, like, go through any of them, really, here.
No,
so.
like, go from where this starts. Yeah,
there. From there. Yeah.
So I have, like, this yellow one at despill. Like, I would start with, like, I do this in the same manner as, like, when I start, like, keying. I take out, like, all the despills that I want to, like, that I use for different things.
Yeah.
And, like, see what I get off the bat.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's what you did.
Try, of course, view it with something, like, after I've done, like, a simple key to view, like, this is also done, like, when I have, like, at least some sort of decent key. Like, I wouldn't start this with, like, a rough key.
Yeah.
Then I would just use one note for that, just nothing. And then, like, see overall where I get my, like, the best results from that.
Yeah. So basically, it's your first pass at keying, really.
Like, first pass. So this is, like, probably which is covering the majority of him.
Yeah.
And then I will definitely go in and, like...
And I guess you were undecided, right? You were undecided because at some point you were thinking about the kill spill.
Yeah, it could be, like, I could have been like, oh, I found this one later on, but I didn't throw it away for some reason. Like, because we might have been going through some things.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And then, of course, in this one, like, he is walking and he goes, like, sometimes he's fully covered with a green screen, sometimes not, but, like, majority of the time, and I kind of just need to despill where the green screen is.
Mm-hmm.
So I also am only trying to despill just his edge.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get spilled in his foreground, like, as you can see there, like, where the despilling is kind of happening.
Exactly, because that's why you have a minus there, so that you can have the background, like, as well.
Both so I can see where things are happening, and then I can use this later on, like, down the line or for some other reason.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I don't want to despill this much from his shirt.
Yeah,
for instance.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm just trying to apply stuff on his edge, like, without having, like, a visual gradient difference.
Yeah.
And
then you desaturate a bit, and then you clamp the values, because I'm assuming you're clamping by one, because you don't want to have any rogue pixels somewhere coming through. And that then becomes your, like, this is then your main pipe is still here. That's still your main pipe, which you have a key as well, and you have the dispill, and then you're basically using the red channel from here into the dispill red. So this is your use of the pipelines multi-channel setup of Nuke, isn't it? So you're basically just bringing it in.
This is, like, and then I might use this math later on if needed, might not. Like, I can't remember. I think at least if I'm not using it, like, down below for the edge treatment and stuff, then I definitely used it at one point for something, or I found something else that worked better.
Yeah, and this is really taking, and for everyone watching, this is really taking advantage of the multi. This is why I like Nuke so much and prefer it to Fusion. the methodology of having multipass compositing and dealing with CGI layers, almost like using AOVs. This is like having an AOV. Basically, Bjorn here is having an AOV of just this bill as a layer that he can pull on whenever he needs. So it's like dealing with regular footage like if it was CG layers, in CG AOVs. And it's really powerful in that sense, because that avoids you having to constantly copying in the read nodes and piping things in,
And Tony Lyons goes in his green screen tutorials in quite a really much depth into this.
Yeah.
Like how this is used and why it's used, because you can also use this to get the luminance back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I wasn't too worried with that for this, and I think either why I'm not using it for this pass of it, for the main pipe, is because it wasn't bringing anything back for me, or that I was losing, because most of the time when you take away a lot of one color, you will have less brightness on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you can use this for Luma patch, which is basically this test thing here. If you go into the dot that says test.
Yeah. To this one
view
here.
It from,
so that one here. So we'd have to go
into
the
then
RGB here. That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, so basically it's going through there and to there, and you're basically testing it to make sure everything is kind of working together. That's what you're doing here on this, this thing.
Am I losing too much luminance, basically?
Yeah, exactly.
On this. Yeah. And then if we go down the pipe now.
Yeah, because that's the other thing as well. At any time, you should always, this is also something you should always be checking, basically just make sure everyone, after whatever you do, just always keep double checking with your raw footage, So if you go to full screen, and don't be afraid of going full screen, okay, guys? Go for full screen, and you can kind of see that Bjorn has did an amazing job of dispelling this side here. Still a little bit of it there, but as you can see, the face itself is virtually unchanged. And I know this because when I look at my scopes here, I don't even see a difference between the skin tone. And if you go to the shirt, that's the difference. There's no difference. I'm just switching between one and the other. And it's very minute. There's a shift here. Look, there's a little purple shift going on the shadow area, but it's not a very major shift. It's only a little bit.
And this is just the main despill.
Exactly.
And then I have the other ones, which I use key mix to roto in the sections that I'm using.
Someone was asking, who was it? Someone was asking, how do you merge it back? I think, where is it? So it was Nub.
The luminance.
So Nub was asking, I need to see how you merge the various spill corrections. That's what we're going to go into now, Nub.
That's the, that's basically, so if you just go to the first one, the key mix down there.
So that's the one here. That's the one.
And if you view the key mix, and then there's on your right, there's a rotos.
Yeah, that's the roto, which is this here.
So you can see this is the part that we're focusing on.
Yeah, exactly.
For this key mix. So I'm bringing in this part.
Yeah, exactly.
Where I'm trying to affect.
And so basically, if you guys check here, that's the section that he's dealing with.
Yeah.
That's the section he's dealing with the roto that he's dealing with from here, and that's what we now have here on the key mix. So that's the area that you're bringing in.
And as you can see, I'm trying to match the getting closer to the color of the pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, trousers. Sorry,
the trousers.
For
yes.
everyone in England.
the crouch. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm getting. Trying to get closer to that, and that is of course working better on the left side.
Yeah, than the right.
And in the middle. Yeah. And then I will then we go to the next section.
Before we go to this key light, the next key mix, this is what you're doing for that section, right? So you're again using a similar key light, but with different settings, of course. You have a similar key light. You're focusing your attention on this area to do it, right? And then basically that is what's happening there. You're basically minusing it again, and you have again the saturation. It's a similar setup again. So we divide, multiply it, and then merge with the luminance match here, basically to try to see how it works. And then that's what gets piped into Keymix. But we ignore everything else. We're just talking about this section. Yeah.
This section is from like this type of D-spill is where did I? It's the
was it? You mean you're gonna talk about Tony
yeah?
Lyons or
It's
something?
from a YouTube channel. I'll figure it out before the the next stream or something. But like this is quite nice. So like especially when you have like variant green screen, like let's say the lighting is like all over the place or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just like different sections of the green screen, which is like lit in various ways. So like then you can key the key light. So the green is changing a bit. I don't think I'm doing that here, but I'm linking it to this constant.
Yeah.
And this constant is basically the same color as at least the green that I'm picking for this area.
Yeah.
I can, like, if I would have done like some like treatment on the green screen, I would have like basically similar color for all of it. But like for this, I'm not. And then I'm using that, and I the other constant, the more bluish purple type. There, I'm trying to match the color of the patch, or like what is needed for the edge of the trousers.
And that was picked
and then
by
I'm minusing the green from that purple.
Yeah.
Or wait, isn't it minus or?
It's a divide.
Divide. Yeah.
A divide. Yeah.
Almost the same thing, but I would be like I would fail in math.
And that constant was basically color picked by the edge, wasn't it? You just basically color picked.
Yeah, like
from
I try different colors throughout.
Yeah.
Like so, I'm trying to find a color from the ads that I'm trying to fix or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I divide the green with that purple, and then I multiply it back on top of the
so what you're explaining
minus,
here, like we have the green there, which was from the green screen. We desaturated a bit, and then basically to match the other desaturation, you divide it by that pink. You basically get this tonality that gets multiplied by the background itself, and then you plus it on top, and that's your result there. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, cool. So like that has an like effect on the edge of him.
Exactly.
And then I key max that in, and then I do something for another part of the edge. Of course, not all keying that you do, you need to focus on so many things, but like sometimes you have different issues with like it, and a lot of the time you can either fix it with this, you can do a better job of your keying, you could do roto or whatever, you can fix this in so many ways, but like a lot of the time it's good to try out if despilling helps.
Yeah.
Or minimizes what you have there.
Exactly. Okay, so and then let's go back here. So again, we don't need to go into detail again, but the same kind of process. We have basically, this is for the shirt. Let me just double check where is that roto. So that would be for this area here, for the top area here. So basically, you're now focusing on the above shirt. You've actually labeled it. So you're focusing on your attention in this area here. And basically the same process. The constant and also the color of the shirt. And basically key lighting it, minusing the background with saturation. Then you have the color of the background, the saturated, the color of the shirt. And then you minus that color, multiply it, and then plus it again. So this is now the result of the above. So basically this. So we have that, and now we have this. So basically that's and basically that solved this section. You basically removed most of the edge.
So as you can see, like the gray that appears behind him, it's like not the same color as his shirt, but it like, because you have this transparent edge that I'm trying to like, and that changes color,
which is this, and which you can see when he's out. Like you can even see it even better when he's out of the green screen, which sometimes he is a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean, because this tonality would of course fall out on the fallout of the edge of the thing. So Nub is saying definitely coming back to this one. Yeah, Nub, I know. Wait, you guys can watch it you guys can watch it as many times as you want. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I know this is becoming a bit more heavy, but I promise we'll do a break soon. Like because we're gonna run out of time in about 6 minutes from the Zoom call, and so I think what we should do is just do another break. Maybe we can do a shorter break, and then we probably can do the Zoom again. We'll just do that, and that gives you the opportunity to also to stop for a minute. Okay, so then this goes all the way through here, through the key light again. So if I look through here, that's the old one that you had, which the new trousers. And then the key light, this is basically the rotoscoping that you had for the mask, plus a bit of the light, and basically merging that. So you basically are picking up a key, which you basically go to, let me just double check here. So you basically do a side thing here, going all the way to here to do a keyer, to have a simple key. So this is just a keyer to try to have almost a garbage,
just a hard key.
A hard
basically.
key. Yeah, and then you have a softer key, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's the what?
Yeah,
so you have
just,
those two.
I'm probably guessing I'm trying to remove his part of the head. Because you can see because it's such a nice way where the collar goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then I just dilate it and blur it a bit because,
just blur it. It always works. And then basically we have the roto, and that gets channel merged between the both. This is an alpha channel. We're watching the alpha channel, by the way, everyone. And that is basically it. Well, Frank Yoshi, it is good that we have forced pauses. It allows me to stretch my legs. As I'm getting older, my eyes are losing me and my legs are losing me, and I kind of need to do breaks more often than I used to when I was younger. So that's good. So basically this is what we used to have, and now we key mix the shirt in. So, and as you can all see, we now have a really lovely edge that goes through. Obviously, it might be too much for certain parts of the script, but that is why when we on the final, that is why if you look at the final script here, when I brought in whatever Bjorn made here, we still did a lot of blurs and a lot of edge and a lot of paints and a lot of motion blur, a lot of extra edge work happened after this main thing. But at least now we have the extra edge. We basically have the extra color of the shirt and not just the green, So
and keep in mind, this is before what we're looking at is before we even bring in the key. So we're not viewing the premultiplied image.
Yeah, exactly. Because
we'll get to.
This is on that side. That's on the other side.
And I have two more key mixes coming up.
Yeah.
Which might affect some other edges or something.
Yeah, exactly. Someone is asking if cloning node is a good practice. So Ramon, yes, it is not a good practice because cloning nodes is it usually bugs out or it sometimes breaks a script. So a lot of times I do get issues with clone nodes, but I still use clone nodes because it's just easier. I really,
It's nice when you are doing something and you have to change one, then you just have to change it in one place.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you also have to remember if you change it there, it changes on the other side. Because sometimes you're trying to make things so you just have to do it once.
Yeah.
And then you forget that, and you just wanted to change one of the things, and then you always have to remember what you're doing with a clone.
Absolutely.
And why you're using it.
Okay, so if we now go into the next section, these will be the hands. So now we're going to be focusing, I believe, on, let's see here, the roto that you're using, it's the hands, just the hands. And so if we go now to the hands, that's what I was trying to say. Oh, no, sorry, I missed the head. We're still talking about the head as well. It will be the same process. So basically, it's exactly the same process. The color of the skin with the color of the green screen, divided the color between the skin, and then multiplied by the background key that we have here, and this would be what we would get. Basically, almost perfect. You still see a bit of the green here, but Bjorn is still working on this. So.
And you kind of, because he has like a small bit of hair, and that is like the same black as his like mustache.
Yeah.
So like it kind of repeats that. So like in this case, I think I might be like on some frames or like a lot of the frames, I'm bringing in stuff that I have to remove later on.
Yeah, exactly.
So but it's fixing some of it. So like I might have gone in through and like done some not bringing in all of these problems.
Yeah.
But like either at the time I thought it's easier to remove it.
And he's gone. I was going to say to Bjorn, you're probably going to be gone soon. But I'll bring Bjorn really quick just so he can have a quick finishing his thought. So I apologize, everyone, that we keep having dropouts with Zoom. I said this before. I refuse to pay Zoom. Zoom was very nasty by putting their price so expensive that I just cannot consider using it anymore. So I'm gonna keep using free Zoom until I can. I don't really care. I don't care what they think, or until they contact me. So I'm just gonna like really quickly just bring in Bjorn here, and then just have him finish what he was saying. So let's just do that real quick. No, Discord doesn't work for the screen sharing. Discord is only 720p for sharing, and also like the Discord thing is you need to pay to have full HD. So I'm not paying for Discord either. So, so Bjorn, can you hear me? Yeah. So I decided to do just Google Meet for a while because we can just wrap up what we were saying, and then if you come back to Zoom, it will work again. So okay. So people won't see you. That's the problem with Google Meet, but that's fine. I mean, they've seen you enough.
You've seen me once. You know how I look.
Exactly. Okay. So let's just see here.
Where were we on the script, though?
I need to share my screen, so I'll do that real quick, and then we'll do a break after we finished what we were discussing. So this would be entire screen 2. Let me just share that real quick here for you, and you should be seeing my screen at some point. I think you're probably seeing my screen now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you see it? Yeah? Okay, cool. So you were just talking about the hair and the dispel. Of course, we're still going to work more on that.
I'm bringing in like problems, and either I figured out to fix it later on, or I like did something, because like what I'm doing there is actually fixing something. But I'm also, because sometimes you just are fixing something and you bring in other problems. And of course, you shouldn't work that way, but like sometimes it's just what you have at this very moment, because you have to continue and you have to deliver.
Yeah, that happened. Isn't that the main thing that happens in compositing, that we fix something and something else breaks? That happens all the time. So I think that's very natural that happens like that. So okay, so let me just go for it.
And then, like, I think the next thing up were the hands. Like, so if we just, before the break, we finished the edge, like, these spill things.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm putting you in here a little bit on the corner there. There you go. It still works at least. So I've just did like an improvised version of using Google Meet. Yeah. Okay, so at least so people can see Bjorn, because someone on the chat was saying we can never have enough Bjorn. You see, they love you, my friend.
Oh, boy.
Mikael is saying there can't be too much Bjorn. You see, people like you, man. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Gabrielle, you're right. I'm not using Teams. No, of course not. Microsoft. No, I'm not using Teams. No, I'm not doing that. I'm already.
They cost so much.
Yeah, and I only use
more
Google.
than Zoom.
I don't like Google either. I only use Google Meet because it's the only free one that I could use. So, and I'm paying for Google Business anyway, so I have it. Skype, yeah, well, Skype is like, that is an old-fashioned thing to say. Skype. I still use Skype to talk with my mother, by the way. That's the only reason I have Skype installed. It's to talk with my mother, because my mother only knows Skype. She doesn't know anything else, and I'm not gonna start explaining to her another thing, because she will not go through it. She has Skype installed on her laptop, and that's it. She's 82. Okay. Just the fact that she's using Skype and using a laptop, it's already a miracle. So I'm not going to go through that. 82 years old, and she never really understood the computer anyway. She opens the computer, touches the Skype icon, and then finishes the call and closes the computer. That's it. That's the only thing she knows how to do. It's the most useful MacBook Air that I've ever set up for anyone. So, but it's fine. So, Bjorn, going through this before we do another break, and of course, this is only if you can continue to stick around a little bit longer. Are you okay with time?
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
yep.
Cool. Thank you so much. So head was done, and as you guys see here, the head goes here. So we basically have that, and then in here we have a roto, another roto for the. We have a roto for the head. Like a garbage roto, and a roto for the face, and then for the body, and then that's the result that you're having there.
Basically,
exactly.
That's the part that the key mix is gonna
exactly
add on top of it.
Exactly, and that is. Let me just double check one thing, because I need to move this away from here, because I had the wind. Okay, just a second. Okay, because I need to have the. Okay, never mind. Okay, I have it here. Yeah, and that is the result now. That's the result, and then the key mix would give you that. So basically, again, the skin tonality of the person would be there. Now, I'm assuming, Bjorn, that if we had very, very different types of gradients on the background, we could always use a gradient, I guess, if possible, isn't it? That would also help. So, yeah.
And if I had more time, I just and if needed, I would have done more sections, just the ears, just like this, just that. But with time, you can't win them all.
Exactly. Ramon is asking if it's ABK. No, ABK is not here. This is Keylight for this section of the script, of course.
Yeah, I'm using ABK
later on
for the keying.
Yeah, exactly.
This is, of course, so people know this is not the keying part.
This is just the dispill.
The dispill.
Yeah. And this really proves how complex these shots are.
Makes more sense when you start viewing it with a comp.
Exactly. And Nub, just to give you a quick comment there, you're absolutely right. The shittification of companies is really bringing all these companies down. Basically, they charge you more for a worse product. That's pretty much what they've been doing for years now. And Zoom is definitely an example of that. They have not improved their product, and they've increased the price by 2 times. The price increased 200%. And I just can't deal with that. I have that money. I just don't want to give them the money, because they don't deserve a 200% increase on their price. So if anyone is listening from Zoom, fuck you. That's what I would say. So let's continue here with this. Basically, then we had the head. Now we're gonna have the hands. Now, the hands is very specific, isn't it? Because he's so blurred.
The roto is. Yeah, roto's just picking up when he's over the green spot.
Yeah. I'm going to go with an area where we have hands outside. So this would be like this, for example, where we have hands, because on that section, his hands were basically inside his body. So now, okay, same deal with it. We have a key light. We have the green of the background, which is the same. And then we have the tone of his hands, that's divided, multiplied, and that's what we get, basically. And then from here, which still has some issues, but that's still going to be solved later on, especially with the motion blur setup I have on the main script. That's one of the reasons how we fixed those problems. So then it goes through here, And then basically goes in here. That is the roto of the hand. Not sure why it's there instead of down here, but it doesn't matter.
I might be using it like.
Yeah, you
Could be
were
a lot of
at
reasons.
some point. You were, and then maybe you stopped because there's a merge here.
Isn't it like at one point when he like at the end like raises his hands?
Yeah,
I can't remember why the hands are there.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then that key mixes and you get made of the hands.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to get a really awkward, like a really strange comp. So it's quite funny actually. Okay, and then last but not least, I think that's the last one. Then you
This
have
is
the core. Yeah.
So like on this one, I either do like really little despill or none. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So this is less despill.
It's basically for the core body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just, of course, applied when it's inside the green screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when he goes outside, so I have to like watch out that I'm not removing too much, so you don't see when he like crosses this line.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or like see it less.
Yeah. Exactly. So in here we basically do again. So we have the dispill difference with minus, a bit desaturated, just like on the other dispill process. Then we plus it, and that's like for the core. Then this goes all the way to here, and that is basically being key mix. So we had this cubist, like someone was saying, this is a cubism thing. So it's starting to have a cubism thing. Now from here, the mask that you're using is basically that mask. So
key and
and this is coming from all the way
just
up
the
here. So yeah, you have a roto shape there, which I'm not actually. Yeah, this is just brushes.
Like,
this is something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so this core mat, which
Yeah.
is just a hard key of him.
Which is the primat, and then basically a little bit of a blur and a delete, and then basically goes in here. You also have an exponential blur here as well here to make it just sure that you have the core, and then that goes in here, and then basically that's the merge. No, not like that. Sorry. Now it is incredibly hard to see, but
it's subtle, but it's so I change the pixel less on the core than on the edge.
I don't believe you will ever see it, especially on the stream. I don't think so. I don't think you'll see the tonality. It's too pixelated on the stream for you to even notice. Believe me when I say that it's there, okay? So then that goes in here, and that's pretty much the end of this spilling. So that's the spilling setup done. That's the entire spilling setup done over there, which is done, which is a combination like just recap with key lights, rotos, and then key mixes merging all the way in. And then this side, that actually gets merged because you're now using that as your basically basically
this will be
video.
Promoted.
Exactly. This is now your raw plate, right? This is almost like this was your raw plate that then gets pre-multiplied. Now, this I don't remember what it is. The pre-comp
Let me
cleanup.
see.
This is animated. It's at the end, so it's only kind of
Oh
here.
yeah, it's probably when
swap.
the animation
Yeah.
comes. So like
It's when you swap to the real plate, isn't it? I think that's it. Which I do on
Yeah.
my script anyway. I do it there. So it doesn't even need to be here actually, because I think I swapped earlier to the raw plate. Because as everyone remembers, like there is a gag on this. I'll just play it because maybe people forgot already. But there's a gag on this film where basically, just open this up real quick. Oh, it went to my other screen, of course, because why not? So there's a gag on this shot where at some point we swap to the real plate, and that's done like this. It goes like that. It just goes back to the plate, and that's in purpose. It's basically a gag. Someone was asking me on Twitter about this, about how we did this transition. Tune in 2 weeks. We're going to talk more about that transition, because we're not going to talk about it today. We're doing these 2 weeks.
fade.
Exactly. It's a fade, yes. Okay, so I guess then, okay. And that's it, really. And that's where you bring in the key, and the key is coming from there. But we still have to discuss this here. And then the key itself. This is your actual key, the keying that you've done And the roto that you've
This
done.
is the roto. The other one is the key. So like these are, I have them like separated a bit because I'm like treating the key like what's happening inside the green screen.
Yeah.
And then the roto of the legs when his arms or heads or whatever is outside of the green screen.
Yeah, exactly.
So like those are those two like mats basically.
Exactly. But I think, Bjorn, I'll do a break now because we've been on for another hour, and I always try to do breaks every hour so people can stretch their legs. So again, everyone, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in exactly 10 minutes. We stretch your legs, go and drink something, go in and watch the sun outside or something, or the night, depends on where you are. And just make sure you go to the loo and drink some fluids. Just try to make sure you have a responsible time in front of a computer. Never spend more than an hour in front of a computer. Always try to get up. So I'll put a timer, so if you want to join me with the timer as well. And so, Bjorn, I'll be right back. I will try to do it on Zoom if it still works. If not, we'll just do it like we were doing now. Okay. So I'll stop now and I'll talk to you in a second. Okay. So everyone, so we'll be back in exactly 10 minutes. Again, I can't thank you enough for everyone that is watching. There's so many people watching. I'm so happy that at some point we had 75 people watching. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Thank you so much for that. And we have like 15 people on Twitch. So this is really great. I'm really hoping that you're enjoying this. And yes, I have a cold. Yes, I do need a lot of fluids as well. Okay, I'll be back in exactly 10 minutes. I'll put a timer. During the break, we will see the Foundries commercial. We'll also see the commercial for my wife's lovely book, Green Recipes for All. You can watch it if you want. If not, you can just stay on the you can just put a timer for 10 minutes because it will be exactly 10 minutes. Okay, so I'll see you all very soon. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue with more compositing very soon. See you very soon.
Foundry's Nuke is the industry standard tool for compositing in the film and TV industry. We've produced and curated all the essential resources for learning Nuke and preparing you for the profession, as well as recommendations for other training resources. You'll learn compositing fundamentals, rotoscoping, keying, tracking objects, color management, 3D compositing, and much more. Our objective is to empower artists with all the knowledge they need to push their skills to the next level. Jump in and start learning today.
Hello everyone! I'm super excited to give you a glimpse of my first cookbook, Green Recipes for All, featuring over 50 dishes inspired by amazing Mediterranean foods. Inside you can find recipes made with a variety of fresh, healthy and versatile ingredients and popular plant-based products. These are great choices whether you already follow a plant-based diet or simply wish to cook a few weekly meat-free meals to reduce your overall meat consumption. In the book, you'll find a wide range of new and exclusive recipes from soups and big salads to main courses and desserts, as well as some of the most popular recipes here on my channel, such as the perfectly cooked non-stick rice or the tabbouleh-style bulgur and mixed bean salad. Not forgetting a new version of the delicious tofu chocolate mousse. So, if you'd like to have a look at my book and try some of the recipes, just visit any Amazon marketplace and order a copy, which is available in hardcover, paperback or digital formats. Hope you enjoyed the book, have fun cooking, and see you next time.
What a beautiful place. But guess what? It's not real. You know, these days, nearly every production has some form of visual effects, and most of them need camera tracking. This is CinCraft Scenario. Easy, real-time camera tracking, anywhere, anytime. This will speed up your visual effects pipeline. This means no more tracking markers in your backgrounds, and less work with your lens distortion. So you can be creative and experiment. This device and its software do the magic. You can track indoors, outdoors, on a LED volume, on a green screen, on a film set, or even in a parking lot. We got you covered. No matter how many objects move in front of the camera. And tracking outside? Yes, you've guessed it. Our system goes the extra mile. It tracks natural markers to compute the camera's movement for you. Oh, hello. But how does the system track in an empty environment? Come on, check this out. Do you see those reflective markers on the floor? They're used for tracking setups like green screens. And this little camera tracks the reflective markers anywhere you put them. And you can even perform live pre-comp on set. Any scenario is a breeze with our system, including this LED volume. By the way, we also support frame remapping technology. While they switch lenses, hear me out. With Zeiss lenses, there is no lens calibration needed. The system is plug and play. And another cool feature is oh, well, that was a bit too fast. The tracking data can be recorded and easily handed over to the VFX studio. So we are really speeding things up here, don't we? Wow, that's amazing. We also need to speed things up because we're running out of time. So now it's your turn. Let your imagination run free.
Are you interested in learning compositing? My Nuke course is currently 50% off. Join today to have access to 150 pre-recorded classes, 50 hours of training, using real production assets covering industry standard techniques with over 200 gigs of showreel material and access to a private Discord channel with over 2,300 students. This course is endorsed by Foundry and has access to a Foundry student license paid separately. Join today at hugosdesk.myshopify.com. Okay, I am back. Again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. There's so many people still watching. Thank you so much. We're going to be here for another 45 minutes or so, and then we're going to do the giveaway, okay? Just want to let you know that we have 2 giveaways. And don't forget that we do have the giveaways from the Foundry. The Foundry is the sponsor of this stream. So if you want to be involved, that's the link for the giveaway. And also the link for my Nuke script. So I'll put the link of the giveaway on the screen. So that is the giveaway of the Foundry, basically the Nuke Indie license that they're giving away. So you can sign up. I'll do it at the end of the stream. And then I'll put it on the chat here. And that's the Nuke license, the Nuke license. Now, if you guys want, that's the QR code and the link as well. So you can sign up now, and in about 45 minutes, we'll do the giveaway when we wrap up this stream. And also, if you want to be part of this, like, you can also be part of the giveaway of the Nuke course, which is, if you're a student of mine, you can still be part of the giveaway anyway. And don't forget that, I can give you the workshop, so I can give you the other course I'm going to do next year, which is the course for the on-set supervision. So those are the 2 giveaways that we're running right now. If you don't want to wait for it, that's okay too. You can always support the channel by buying my course. That's my course. It's 50% off. There's multiple ways of supporting the channel. You can either buy one of my courses online. It's much cheaper if you buy it both, of course. You can also become a member on YouTube. You can become a Patreon on Patreon. You can also become a Twitch subscriber on Twitch. And the funny thing about Twitch is that although you're not watching it on Twitch, because I see most people are watching on YouTube, you can still subscribe and it will be free for you if you have Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, it is completely free for you to subscribe to my channel, but I do get $1 from Amazon from your subscription, which is a huge support to the channel. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank all 18 subscribers that I have on Twitch. It is very, very kind of you for doing that. And I have about 50 subscribers on YouTube as well, and about 70 subscribers on Patreon. So I would like to thank all of them, and all their names are on all the videos I produce. So whenever I produce a podcast or a video, their names are there as well. Okay, so let's go back to this thing, and let's do that. There's a question that I really wanted to quickly answer. Nub, I think it was Nub, asked me if I did the script for that commercial. I think it was Nub. Was it Nub? Maybe it wasn't. Someone asked me. I think it was Nub. But someone asked me if I did the script. Yes, I did. I did the script myself. The entire script was done by me with the help of Zeiss directly. So the Zeiss, Marius from the marketing team of Zeiss also helped me with the script. As well, he contributed to the script, and because of course Zeiss had to be contributing. And then my wife Anna Marquez was also a contributor to the script as well. So it was basically a script that bounced around between 3 people. But yeah, and thank you so much, Ramon, for becoming a member. That is much appreciated. So your name will show up on the podcast when we release the podcast episode, and it will also show up on any review or video that I publish from then. So can't thank you enough, Ramon, for supporting the channel like that. Okay, so in becoming a member, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me, and your name will be on the videos. Okay, let's bring in Bjorn again and wrap up. I feel bad that I'm taking so much time of Bjorn's day with this thing, so I apologize, Bjorn, that I'm kind of like taking part of your day like this, so I do apologize, but I'm gonna try. Let's see if Zoom, hopefully this is the last call we do to wrap up this script, so can't thank you enough for the time. Let's see if he shows up here, and we can bring him in to the script again and continue what we were doing. Let's see if he's here. Yeah, he's coming in now. Okay, cool. So let's just bring him in. Okay, activate his microphone. And
hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
No problem. As I was saying,
good timing. I was just finishing up a meeting, like a short call meeting for a project that I'm doing tomorrow.
I am so sorry to still take so much of your time today.
No problem. No problem.
So we should be done soon. But again, like I keep telling you, if you need to go, you let me know. It's not a problem. You have been so kind already. We've been already 2 hours going through this thing. But hopefully we finish up now. But okay, so are you still fine to continue a bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 45 minutes. Let's try to do it in these 45 minutes. I would say that's my objective, but also because I want to wrap up the stream. I don't want the stream to be too long. We've been doing it for 2 hours and a half already, because then it's like, a lot of work for people to watch. So I might wrap up in the next 45 minutes, and then we'll also do the giveaways as well. So I'm gonna share my screen. You're probably seeing my screen. People are not seeing my screen yet, but you're probably seeing my screen. So
I'm seeing your screen.
Okay, cool. So you're seeing some of the behind the scenes here. Okay, so I'm gonna just put you on the corner here. So I think it was about this size. Yeah, so that should work now. And then I need to put myself on the corner there, and that is working now. Okay, so Bjorn, we were going through this. Oh, again, thank you, Powell Palinika, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Your name will be on the credits on the podcast and on my videos as well. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. I can't thank you enough. Okay, so Bjorn, where you want to go next? I guess we go.
There.
The edges, right?
Yeah. So usually I would start with basically my usual suspects of keys.
Yeah. IBK key.
I will start there and see which one gives me the most decent result overall.
Yeah, exactly.
And in this case, it must have been this IPK stack thing.
Yeah.
Which was probably my main keying, getting everything done.
Yeah.
And then there are what you have, the trousers, and then what's the third one?
Yeah, so we have the edge mat, the trousers, and the head. So we have 3 of them. Yeah. So which makes sense. The key light is a much softer keyer, so it's actually much better for certain things. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the edge first. So this is basically the IBK, and this is then done basically. This is like a normal IBK setup, really, to be honest. Although you have 1, 2, 3, 4,
stacking.
5, 6, 7,
This,
7 stacking here.
What code? What compositing? What was his name again?
Tony Lyons.
Tony Lyons.
Yeah.
He goes through this setup. It's quite nice. I feel like it makes it sound like all I do is watch YouTube and I'll use that. But some things you pick up, and this is just one of the things that I bring in key light, the regular keyer, the primer, this, and just also just the IPK with a constant that I pick, and a couple of different scenarios. So then I just view that, have it on playback, and just view what I'm getting as for the key. Is the majority of it getting me somewhere? Because there's no reason into splitting everything up if you don't need it.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with going to YouTube. That's what we all do. We all do that.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm always coming back to the same YouTube, which is just a coincidence for this script. But and I think the edge setup that had this that was on most of the ones. The edge setup that's from Comp Layer.
Yeah, okay. Comp layer, you mean. Comp layer.
Yeah.
Not layer, layer. Yeah.
Layer.
Layer. And that's...
Sorry.
No.
Excuse me for having...
No. Just so people know. So this is also a great place to go and learn compositing. This is the place you're talking about. Comp layer, which has been running some really professional courses as well. So I'm going to... They have also free content, of course. And
I really recommend this content.
popped up on the top there. But yeah, so I've posted it on the chat now as well, complayervfx.com. I would really recommend their channel. It's a really good channel as well. Also Portuguese compositor by some random situation here. Like we have two compositing supervisors that are both me and him, like that are doing actually doing these kind of tutorials. I believe that let me just double check here. I think it's only this entire, where is it? Can't remember now what it is. Where is it? Such a long.
What are you looking for?
No, I was. Oh yeah, it's still Pedro also. Pedro and Monique. I was just checking if it was more people now.
Yeah.
So Pedro Andrade, very famous for being a 2D supervisor at DNEG, Cinesite, and Milk, and Monica as well, which is involved with this. And of course, they're together, and they're a couple here on this project. And I was just wondering if there was more people involved. But I think it's still only Pedro and Monica as well. So yeah,
could be like they have a lot going on. Could be a bigger team.
Yeah. Like, so far I think it's only the two of them. But yeah, just wanted to like recommend them. They have some really good work as well, and some free resources as well on their YouTube channel as well.
Yeah. Like because he has like actual meetings or like live webinars or something that he does with his students and probably gets permission, and there he's like showing off like a lot of his techniques, and he would like, from what I've heard, I of course haven't taken his course. Yeah, it's like basically similar techniques that he's going through, but he like also personalizes a lot, like especially when you go into the live events from him. Yeah,
exactly, exactly. Which is here.
So I've heard a lot of positive things. Like, and he's also part of the, or is it? He's part of the VFX Nomads, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Him and Tony Lyon.
Yeah. They're part of that as well.
I should know the other names. Sorry, guys. I apologize, but like.
And he had
Josh Parks. Park.
He's had a lot of really good, great guests on his show. So like Josh Park, like you say here, you have Victor as well. And also Deborah as well. I've done a presentation with her as well. Sebastian as well. Sebastian has a great YouTube channel as well. Sebastian has the I think it's the what's the name of his channel? I can't remember now. He has a really good channel. I can't remember off the top of my head the name of his channel, but it's also very good, Sebastian's channel. Yeah, he has great guests. It kind of looks like he's stopped doing it though, because the last stream was 2 years ago. So apparently maybe he's busy. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like most people are like, they get projects and they just dive in, and then he might be focusing on his course. Like, I don't know, but like
I really videos,
like
though.
His content.
Yeah, he's still making video though. Videos are still making, so. And perhaps maybe shorts, because everyone is doing shorts now. I don't do shorts, but he has a lot of shorts I can see there. Okay, cool.
You do the shorts for your podcast.
Well, it's not shorts. I did it like years ago, like a year ago or something. I gave up because shorts give you, for 1,000 views on YouTube gives you about £1. But 1,000 views on a short gives you 1 cent. So I gave up. like what's the fucking point? So I just make videos. But now YouTube is forcing people, because they want people to, of course, get less money. So the shorts, if you have a video that is less than 3 minutes, it will automatically be published as a short now.
Okay.
So they're forcing you with smaller content to be a short. And this is really an aggressive...
trying to compete with TikTok or whatever.
It is, but it's also a very aggressive method of not paying the creators as much, because they used to pay, like I said, £1 per 1,000 views, and with shorts it's only 1 cent per 1,000 views. And so they are basically literally just killing the small creators, because everyone is on shorts, everyone is trying to compete with shorts, but you get like cents instead of like some proper money, so it's very aggressive, very bad. I really hate it, and I try to avoid using shorts because of that. Anyway, let's go back to this thing. So IBKK, basically you have the stacking here. Basically you start stacking it and stacking it and stacking it and stacking and stacking and stacking, and you have this. Basically you have a full, you had to do 6-7 stacks to get it.
somewhat of a clean plate.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's like in some cases it's enough to just do a bit,
Yeah.
do a couple. It's a trial and error thing, like everything with key. Like
Exactly.
But usually I think like somewhere from like 4 and above, depending on what you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is like what I end up with when I'm doing this stacking, but
Yeah, exactly. And then that goes and gets feed into the IBK keyer, which is you're doing basically C green instead of a picking. You're basically using this section here as your plate, and basically the IBK keyer, which is pretty bare bones. There's not much here
like
that you've
I'm not
done.
doing any, because this is like I said, just off the rack.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Just like I tried this with keyer and key light and all, and I just go and like pick, for instance, with a key light, I would just go around and pick different spots around him, and maybe even different spots like on the keyer throughout the whole shot, and see what I'm getting from it. Like, is there a perfect pixel that I can pick?
Yeah.
And it will be magically keyed, which of course we know like isn't, but like there is this like one of the methods that like gets like an overall okay thing.
Exactly.
And then I start like working my way down and like go into the nitty gritty, like where to use what. And in this case, 3 like different keyers were
because you have for this side as
enough.
well. So and in here then you have a bit of a grade here. I don't that's just a minus.
Probably just like a
little
bit.
adjustment.
This is basically like playing with the white and the blacks, and like when you have the key light or like in the keyer.
And then that gets key mixed with the trousers. So the trousers itself, like the trousers is a bit different. You're basically using a key light. These are the settings you have of the key light. And it's a softer key. And you animate it throughout the script. And this is more to the bottom area of the key, which is this area here, because the rest has to be rotoscope, really. There's really no way around it. So that would be this section here. And you've animated it quite a lot. I think you have... no, not a lot actually. It's just a couple of frames. I think it would
because there is a difference in the beginning when they're like behind the tent. And then like it just gets more sun throughout. The shot.
Exactly.
That's
and
animating.
And that gets key mixed. So the roto is for the legs. These are the garbage mats for the roto for the legs, and that's what's with key mixing. So you're basically comping in the roto, the key of that legs, and you can see the edge is much better than what you had before, which was a much blurrier edge. You still have the connecting here, but that's going to be fixed someone else.
There will definitely be like a core coming in.
Exactly.
Like that's because like usually I'm just focusing on areas at this point.
Exactly.
And I might view it down the line when I get the core.
Yeah, exactly. And then from this side here, you have the head. Now the head will be also you're basically animating it as well. That is the result. So it's basically for the upper section here, and that is the key settings that you have in terms of the clip back and in terms of screen color and everything, and that's the result you get from the head. And just so people see, that is really the difference here. See, the trousers was really not focusing on the head, and then this is the head, a much sharper version, and then you still have a little bit of blurry, and then you basically key mix it as well. And that key mix again is with the same setup of having the roto for the body and the roto for the head being channel merged with stencil, and basically you key mix that. So we've key mixed one, and now you key mix that as well. So that's the new head that you brought in with the key mix.
And then when we go down, I think the next thing is there I bring in the core.
Yeah, exactly.
So there I should fill in all holes.
Exactly.
And everything.
Yeah, so that's the core, which was, of course, like that, and then you have this section here, and that brings that in. There's still a few holes, like if you go
like
down. Go down with gamma here, you can kind of still see a few holes, but that's still going to be fixed later on. There's always there's all going to be no holes.
When I bring in the some of the roto in.
Exactly. Okay, so now
not, you got me.
Well, then we have a green screen holdout. So this is basically you're doing a holdout for the green screen itself, right?
So if you view it on that
so that is the roto setup. Yeah, this is the roto setup, which you have all. Oh, this is lovely, all very well labeled and everything. So always take the time to label your rotos. It's going to help a lot the artist that is picking it up.
When I'm lazy, I just do folders.
Or when you are really in a rush.
With the hands there, because at least folders, then you can at least group things.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and that will then also you have the roto for the shape itself, and these are all animated, of course. And that is what you will give you. Will give you a garbage mask of the minusing of the body with the background, and that will mean that you will cut off everything else except the body itself. And this is the entire key now, minus the legs, which need to be rotoscoped separately because, of course, it was not a green screen there. It's a real floor. Okay, cool. So that's done there. And then I think it's the roto that comes in. So let's go into the roto now. So we have...
Okay, here the mess begins.
Hey, you're saying that, but I think your script is incredibly tight. And I'm sure people on the audience will say that.
When you go into the nitty-gritty of rotos, at some points I just want to get this over with, and might start I start off organized with my rotos, and then just known and best year 105.
I know, man, because by the end of it, you don't have the patience to go through anything. Of course, that's normal.
Yeah. Or you figured out you missed something, missed a spot, so there's a big hole, and you just go in and fix it and close it and render it.
It's like Ramon is saying on the chat, lovely world of rotoscoping. Yes, it is a lovely
I enjoy roto. I just don't enjoy fixing my rotos. Because sometimes you just forget you have to fill in the metal somewhere, or rotos don't overlap enough, so there's a hole between them because you didn't do a specific core thing for it or whatever. And then I've spent sometimes just left it rendering, come later on, and then there's a hole, and I just want to get it fixed.
You're not the only person. I will never forget in my life that because some people do like roto. I'll never forget in my life watching the behind the scenes of Lord of the Rings. I can't remember if it was the first one, second, or third. I think it was the first one. So on the behind the scenes, you have the rotoscoping supervisor. I'm apologies, I don't remember her name by heart, but I'm sure someone knows. They can write it on the chat. But it was a supervisor. It was a woman, and she said on the commentary and on the documentary, oh, I actually really enjoy roto, and that was her thing. And on the other hand, there was
I enjoy it.
Because it's quite calming. I'm assuming.
What I don't enjoy is when I make mistakes and I figure it afterwards.
And the funny thing was,
forget to turn off a roto, for instance, and then you just have a floating shape somewhere in the frame.
The funny thing is with Taz Jogando on Twitch says, I hate when rotos come alive. I know, becomes a part of your life. So the funny thing is, extras on DVDs and Blu-rays were so unhinged back then in the 2000s that on that documentary, there's also a roto artist being interviewed on the behind the scenes. And he explains people his process, for rotoscoping. And his process for rotoscoping is basically smoking a joint, and basically putting his headphones with some nice music, and then he just spends the whole day rotoscoping after smoking a joint. And I can't believe that that's actually part of the behind the scenes, that they actually said that on the documentary.
They did not
No,
look at that before.
No, back then there was no marketing thing. It was just like things would be raw. Some commentaries, audio commentaries in behind the scenes on the 90s and 2000s are really raw. Sometimes they even talk bad about other actors and talk bad about the directors, and it's all very raw for sure. And it's so funny. Oh, that's right. You're right, Gabriel. It's not Lord of the Rings. It's King Kong. Sorry. You're right. It is King Kong. I just remembered now. This was on the King Kong Blu-ray, not on the Peter Jackson's King Kong. It's not. It's on the rotoscoping supervisor of. But I think she's the same supervisor as Lord of the Rings. I think that's why I'm mistaken. Yeah. She did both of them because she's the supervisor of Veta, and so she. I don't know if she's there anymore, but this has been 20 years ago. But no,
I mean
maybe she's still there. Could be.
Yeah. But anyway. I bet the joint guy won't be replaced with AI.
I know.
I'll bet. Either he's that good, he can get away with it and talk about it, or no one's paying attention.
I know.
As long as he checks the box.
It's probably the second one, I think. Okay, so let's go through this thing. Okay, so roto legs, you basically have a keyer. Well, you have a keyer. You started by trying to have a keyer first, and this key is really your attempt to have using we are very lucky that you have a dark like cloth, which means you can pull off a luminance key, not just the green scene. And basically, if everyone watching, you should always try to key anything you can before you start rotoing. And then basically this is a roto that you're channel merging so you can focus only on this section. This is, of course, the missing section that you were having on the other one. Then you copy this alpha. I think this alpha is coming from... there's nothing there, so I'm not sure what that's there. Then you basically...
Let's not look at those roto paints.
Well, you're painting things off
here.
Nothing
to see there.
Well, you see, that's there. So you paint off, and then you paint this off on the bottom. This could be on another section of the script.
I what I was doing there is I could have done this in a lot easier way, but for some reason I started doing it with roto paint, so just paint out alpha.
Yeah.
So because you have this small line sometimes appearing where the edge of the green screen is.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Around his legs. So because that was for not that many frames in the beginning, I thought.
Yeah.
So I started there, and then I had done so much, I continued. So I'm removing, and then after that I'm adding where the keyer isn't adding in. So this is a lot, not the best work. Here I should have just done a roto.
Yeah, but it's fine. With hindsight, you can always look back and try to do something else. This is
but I think I still spent less time rotoing on at least on the section where it goes from the green screen to the ground.
Exactly. Yeah.
With this.
Well, I should have maybe warned this in the beginning, because I think maybe someone is only watching this stream and hasn't watched the previous stream. I must say to everyone watching, this is a production script. It's not a tutorial script, okay? So we have not done a perfect setup for it to be viewed by a tutorial. This is the production script.
Sometimes, on this script, you take bad decisions. Not that this was a bad decision, but there's definitely a decision where this could have been better done or more procedural or whatever.
Exactly.
But this is something that I started with, and sometimes I get in too deep on something, and then but if I start over, then I'm spending all that time again.
But this is why I started doing these deconstructions, and I've started doing the deconstructions in 2019 or something. No, 2020. That was the reason, because I am so fed up of watching YouTube videos which are pure tutorials of how good something will look. And I just felt there wasn't enough content of real productions with mistakes, with problems, with issues, with things that you hit a wall and it's a dead end, and then you have to do something else. And that has always been my favorite content of tutorial of watching a real production, and that is why we're doing this. You know,
like especially when you go into deep. Let's say you're like a one-man show, and like a director comes to you for some reason and like ask you, yeah, can you do this? And you say yes. And you don't know how, and you try to figure it out. And the shortest way to do it is the way that you can think of and you know how to. Yeah. Like, that might not be the most efficient way, most quickest way or anything, but you know how to get that done. It might be like with After Effects, it might be with Nuke. You might even go into Photoshop and do it frame by frame.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know people that have done that, but they know how to do that process. It might not yield the best result, but you can finish the job that you said yes to. Absolutely. Like, so sometimes it's just that, like, you're not always going in, oh, how do I do that? Google and YouTube, and like spend hours watching videos, and well, this might be the best, but like most of the time, just this is what I thought of at the time.
Exactly. No, absolutely. I can't agree more. Like that is why I love to do these constructions, and it's really cool to do it with someone, because I've never done them with someone else. I've always done them by myself, because I'm always deconstructing my own scripts. But this time I'm deconstructing your scripts as well, and I think it's just like the problem solving, the problem wrangling and problem solving is really in a way for me the most important skill set you should have in compositing, and just really improvising as you go along. The best compositors and the best visual effects artists that I've ever met in my career, both 3D and 2D, are the people that just improvise something on top of their knee and just come up with shit as it goes. And because the people that are looking for the perfect solution, it just doesn't exist. And I feel this is how we do things, and that's how we deliver shots, you know. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so let's continue with this. So painted, and basically removed. This is basically the shadow. I don't believe this is here. It's later on. You see on the animation, it's actually here. I think these are fixes that we had.
Yeah, those are like getting rid of, those edges. The other ones are probably like stuff that's like being picked up here and there in the alpha of the keyer, and this is like removing that.
Exactly. It's basically just random sections of Bezier that you're having. And then from there you dilate a little bit, so you've basically make the shape a bit bigger. Yeah.
Because we're like, a lot of the time I'm really lazy when it comes to edges. Like I try to just soften, like get out soften to the, and then I like pick it, like hone it in. Because I do a lot of like, I work a lot with hard edges myself, like especially with like when I do roto, and then I hone it in. Because like when I feel like especially when I get roto or keyer or whatever from someone, and I only get the like soft one, the like, even though it's perfect, like I still always want the hard one. So like either I have to go and grade that in to get that how I want it, to get the hard one. So like that's why I use, like, I try to key so it's hard, and then I blur it and like try to stretch it out so it's like goes to the edges where I want them.
Yeah. And it's a great process because it allows you to see what you can get away with. That's the thing, you know, like I really appreciate that, because it just saves a lot of time, because sometimes you can get away with a lot, you know, just by doing that process. And then it's actually better. It's the old thing. It's better to ask for forgiveness than asking for permission. It's much better for you to then fix the problems if they do occur, because they might just occur in a couple of frames. So I think that's a wise decision, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have this. This is this is just a specific thing for the pothole. So at some point you have
where he jumps over.
Yeah, I think it's low. It'll yeah, there he is. It's before this thing.
Yeah.
So it would be here. It's just loading. It hasn't loaded.
Because at one point we saw this area a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. And this
Like,
is
I
this
think
area
when
here.
in the end I didn't really need this.
Exactly. So this is the part which we then cover up with CG anyway. So that's why it's not that necessary. Is that exactly?
No.
Okay, so then from there we go all the way down here. By the way, I got a warning of 10 minutes, but we'll finish this thing on Google Meet if we need to.
Yeah. Then it's the shoes, I think, the next.
Yeah, because
and
this
that
then
is just pure roto.
Yeah, so this is now just going to show the results. So this is now channel merge there. So basically, that is the new leg section, which we now have. Now, next up, we have the shoes. So basically, if we go all the way up here, this is the shoe. And basically, it starts with basically the rotoscoping. And I think where is it? I need to be on alpha channel. So I think I'm too far off. Yeah, there you go. I was too far. I was too far away on the edit. So that's the shoe. That's the. No, this is this is not the shoe.
No, this is that shoe.
Yeah, exactly.
That is behind the leg right now.
Exactly. I need to find when it connects. I think it's
because I think also there's something covering. So it's more closer to the end where the shoes should be.
Exactly.
But
before we show the
just,
CG. Yeah, it would be somewhere. I just can't.
Or did I do more rotos for the shoe?
It could be that. Let me just double check.
Because you can also just
it could be that you're doing it here because it might be that this is not.
This might have been a specific thing that I needed to add.
Yeah, it is.
later.
Look, it's specific frames. Look, this is very specific. This might be a fix that you're doing.
Yeah.
So let's jump.
So there, I tried to mark my filters, and then I just didn't care about the shapes because it's such when you have this shape that's round and trying to follow something, and you're trying to find the name. What should I name this? And you spent more time naming it than rotoing.
Yeah, exactly. So so let's go back. Let's go to the roto itself. I think that's probably where we'll see the shoes, the actual thing with all the shoes. Okay, so this is the full. Sorry, I lost my windows here for some reason. Okay, now we're back. Okay, so this is the actual rotoscope. And so if we look at this, this would basically be, you see, you have the actual shoe here. So this is the actual roto of the shoe that you should have. Where is it? Yeah, there you go. So that would be there. This is the actual roto that you're making with the shoe. It shows up once in a while. And these are the collection.
I think you have to go closer to the end as well.
Yeah, to see it. Let me just double check. Let me just go to I here and just see what's happening here. So this is the roto itself. This is the floor. This might be, that's right, because we have this. That's right. This is another section. I'm now remembering it myself. This is basically you using the object IDs from the floor mat from Martin, from the CG. And that is what's being merged between. So there's a combination of things happening here. So we have the shoe mat. We have Frederick's main, which I'm assuming it's shoe as well because it says shoe here and then legs. And I think it's more on the beginning. That's that section there, which is that key there. And then we have the pothole again. So these are all three combined and give you kind of that. Of course, this is all depending on which section of the comp we are.
Yeah. And you have basically the him going off the screen for a bit, so that's why he's also roto
exactly. Because everyone needs to remember that this roto is being to combine with the key. So of course there's no point of Bjorn making the entire roto because there's sections of the key. And probably in fact when we were doing this, you most likely were previewing it through here when you're watching the whole thing together, right? Because that's how you know what you're putting together. So if we look through here, and that's the extra stuff that you go off screen, you go off green screen. That's why. So it's probably best to check it here because this is where you would see it best, And so that's what that is. So it's go for it.
So, and then like later on, we use the shoe mat to subtract it from the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think you picked that, like the shoes up from somewhere, like here or another script. And then
I think that was rendered somewhere else. I don't think it was rendered here.
I think I might have done it in the comp.
It could be. I think it's on the comp. I don't think it's here. Because I think the result of your comp here is still the same. So if I go here, I think that's still the entire key with the floor, you see. Because for a long time, we had this on the comp. That was what we had until I decided to have the floor separated when I was comping the shot. So that makes sense. So this script might not be the most up-to-date because there's quite a lot of things being done on the comp as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and then... Okay, so these are roto sections that you've put, which you've channel merged all together. But on this side here, we also have this, which is the floor green. Now, this is you basically trying to pick up from the object ID. You're basically rotoscoping sections inventory, aren't you?
So you basically trying to keep it all in there.
So that would be like that. So basically, we started like this. And then we roto channel merge, and that basically gets channel merged by that as well with the other object ID that we got, and then gets channel merged with the rest of all the rotos that we have here, and that's what builds. It's basically a combination of object ID, combination of individual rotos, and a combination of this object. So there's actually two object IDs. We have this object ID, and we have that object ID.
I think that one, the one that's more square, the previous one, floor mat, it's called. I think that I lined up with his geo and just have a card that I think, because I can't remember exactly, but because before we got the IDs from him, I used that.
And I just wanted to let everyone know that, of course, people don't know it as object IDs. We're just old. That's why we talk like this. It is a cryptomat, really, to be honest. It's just that normally if you're working with more old school people like me, I tend to ask for object IDs. I just prefer the clean way of just having 3 channels, and I have just green, blue, and red, instead of having to try to deal with cryptomats, which sometimes... Cryptomats could have some edge problems because they're multiplying and keying certain colors that might be merged. So that is why. Although, of course, it goes without saying that the cryptomat most of the times works just fine. And we also have a cryptomat for this project, but a lot of times it's just more easy to just have one single mask that you can just extract. Just for me, at least, it becomes a bit more simple to deal with that. So that's why.
If that's the point of it as well, because like if you are definitely going to work on this and this and that, then you don't have to go into the cryptomat, select it, because sometimes to get the same area in a cryptomat
takes
you might have to select like so many things, and you're like trying to like remember that every time, or like copy the same one in between, or like, and then you might want to on the next one you want something different. So like it's like if you're always doing the same thing and you know what you will treat, like this is more convenient off the bat.
Exactly.
But like cryptomat is great, then you don't always have to bother 3D people with like small details. Okay, that 1 pixel there, could I get the ID for that?
Exactly. By the way, just quick warning, it's 1 minute left for this call.
We're
just so you know.
They're hanging up.
Yeah, well, it was still a minute to go. But if it hangs up, I'll just share a Google Meet link with you so we can wrap up. Rec is asking object ID is limited to 3 channels. That's correct. Well, in fact, it's limited to 4 channels. You can use the alpha as an extra channel as well, Rec. But what we tend to do in the industry is we have multiple object IDs. You can output as many object IDs as you want. So you could still have 10 object IDs. You just have to then basically have 4 by 4. So basically you have groups of 4. So if you want to have 12 object IDs, you just need 3 renders of object IDs to have 4 masks inside of it. So I do think the Cryptomat is amazing for grading CGI. This is a very specific thing that happened here. That's why we're using it this way. So yeah, and Bjorn is gone. I'm gonna bring in Bjorn with the Google Meet. So just give me a second. This will be the last time he's gonna come in because we need to wrap up this. And also I see people asking about the giveaway. We're doing the giveaway soon. Don't worry. So we'll do the giveaway soon because I think we're running for so long now that I don't really want to do everything already because we've been running for 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's quite a long time. So I'll just bring in Bjorn so we can wrap up our conversation. But I also don't want to use so much of Bjorn's time. He has other things to do. He has other shit to do. So let's see if he can come in. Okay, cool. Hello, Bjorn. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we'll wrap up this. I also want to wrap up. It's not just I want to.
Yeah, we're basically almost done.
And also but I keep saying, I don't want to waste so much of your time. And also I don't
make this a roto tutorial. You mean?
Well, and not only that, I don't want to waste your time, but also I don't like to have very long streams because it just becomes more difficult for people to watch them later, because people don't really like to watch very long streams. And someone on the chat was asking if you need to be here for the giveaway. Yes, you usually need to be here for the giveaway. But I do understand that it's been a long ass stream. Yeah. So, if they've been here for 3 hours, I probably will give the giveaway anyway. It's been a very long ass stream. So
you can do that, or we could just finish up. Can we have a vote on this chat, or
I think no, on Twitch you can do votes, not on YouTube. Don't believe you can do on YouTube. Well, you mean to do the giveaway before we wrap up?
Are people patient or impatient?
I think I would say that this is still maybe 10 minutes more to go, probably. So let's just finish it, and then we do the giveaway after. That's easier for me to do chapters on this video anyway, so as well. Yeah. Okay, so this is this thing. I think we are done with that, and then that goes in here. Basically, now we have a full roto of him with the legs, with the arms, and everything, and the floor as well. Yeah. Now from there, we have now. Okay, so in this side we had the dispel. This was the dispel.
If you're reviewing the alpha, you should
exactly. That's the dispel, and that is now. You have also a little tweak here. I'm sure this is just a couple of things that you've done.
This is definitely something I did. Going in and you find these small things. So you I decide on I'll just paint them out. Paint the alpha out.
Exactly.
No one will notice until you review it on YouTube, Hugo. And then I think I have 2 or 3 more of these later down the line. So
it's not a problem.
Sometimes I do this because might be when I'm going through it, and there might be either things popping or just need to get a bit more right there on that frame or these 2 frames. So I might just go in with a brush and paint it out.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm assuming that's just small fixes you had there.
Yeah.
And then this all goes into as an alpha channel into the distilled version that we had. So this was the distilled version. Just gonna go a bit back here so that we have a bit more of that a bit earlier in the comp, so it's not on the final section. And that is now the distilled version, which has those extra colors that you've made, plus the alpha channel for the whole thing. Now you do have some removes here, which I'm assuming that you're basically just brushing things in and cloning things in. I'm assuming you're just fixing things again.
Yeah, the filling, I don't know what the roto here down here.
So
is
these
the
are
one.
brushes on specific frames. So you can see like these are throughout the script. You have specific
and
brushes. You see
As you can see, it's like outputted alpha. So I'm just
exactly.
touching on the alpha.
Yeah.
Like
You're
either
basically
removing
filling
it
in.
or
Yeah.
adding any.
Yeah, you're basically filling in things that are missing, and also you have another roto here, which is this thing.
Filling in that thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna
Which
say.
I should have probably done somewhere else, but like
Yeah, but it
It's
doesn't
there.
matter. It doesn't matter. And that's it, really. I think now from there on, this is the setup for the shadow, which we won't have time to go through today.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we should go in through this.
No,
And then
it's-
pre-multiplication. And also, like this, a lot of this happens on the main script as well. And that's the real pre-multiplication you do. So this is now your pre-mult of the thing. And then we basically have here some color edges that you've processed on the edges, basically. This is basically you trying to fix, I'm not sure where it is.
Those white edges.
Yeah.
Like says
Which
there.
is this one here. So basically this is a color edge effect to fix this, basically.
Yeah.
To fix these things. And this is, this is the color edge. This is the node that is not on Wikipedia anymore. But everyone should know that there is an edge extend in Nuke now as well.
Why isn't this on Nukepedia?
It disappeared. It just vanished, and I don't know why. I have no idea, but for everyone,
there are like handful of
and of
these
course
nodes that do the same thing.
Yeah.
They just like the buttons and knobs are in different
exactly.
places.
And if anyone really wants it, they just can message me, and I have it. I can share it. It's a gizmo. Now you keep in mind that Nuke's one is called Edge Extend, and it is actually GPU accelerated, so it's actually quite fast.
It does the same thing.
Yeah.
Like
I think
just for some reason got used to using this one.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the same with me. I got super used to using this, and it's hard for me to remember that this one exists. That's always been the case. And in fact, if you go to gizmos here, I think we have quite a few of them. Let's see here. So we have
probably have to clean up on the gizmos.
Yeah, exactly.
There are gizmos that we never use that are.
I know. I can't even find it now here. Filters, glass, grade.
It's either in matte or
It's not there
key.
though. Other. Oh, it's under. So color edge, edge extend. These two at least.
Because Edge Extend used to be just a gizmo, right?
Yeah, and now it's a full-blown GPU accelerated node with Nuke. Okay, so that's the edge extended. Try to get rid of that. You have another one here. So on this side here for the lower mat, you basically
This is the matte for the other thing.
for
Like,
the
so
yeah.
where like so if you go down a bit, like
Yeah.
see where this goes? It goes into
To a key
it's
mix.
the mask for the key mix.
Exactly,
Or
so-
what we were looking at.
Yeah. So basically, you're using a dilate, a blur, a roto to cut that off.
Yeah.
They cut that off. Then you cut this off again, and then you cut this off again. And basically, that then get merged to here to have just the edge. So basically, you're having here a dilate, a blur, and that gets merged between with a stencil. So you have just this. Yeah. And that is then the mask of this key mix. So basically, the key mix is going through... Whoops. The key mix is basically going through this footage, which is that footage. And then you have this footage, which is this footage. And then we have the mask, which is this mask. And that gives you this. Yeah,
And
exactly.
there's a roto there, as you can see on the mask. But shouldn't matter because like it's probably cut out in the end.
Exactly. And then after that, we have the same with the shirt. Same exact process. We basically, apart from the fact that you've animated it. So we have an unpremult. This would be an upper section here. You basically have an edge extend for the shirt itself. So you can get rid of some of these edges. You've animated it because I'm assuming you have different values throughout the thing.
Yeah.
Probably. And then that gets pre-multiplied as well. And then the same kind of deal we have on this side, the rotoscope for that, for the shirt itself. And it's, wait a minute, where is it? It would be, wait, I'm pressing A. And
Yeah, must be for specific sections.
Yes, exactly.
Like, so,
it's animated.
Like if you
yes.
just...
Yes, it's here. Look, it's going to show up here.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's probably just like there was a section where something...
Some more edges were showing up.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now that's it.
Yeah. It's probably for the motion blur when he's stopping.
Exactly.
Because I needed a different treatment for that.
Exactly. Okay, cool. And then from there, you basically have another one for the pants. Again,
more pants. Probably getting annoyed by that point.
I'm not going to go through it again because it's pretty much the same thing. But I'm assuming this is, let's see if through the animation here, it probably will be earlier, I think. Oh, it's down here.
Ooh, it looks nice there.
It's down there. It's here that this is happening. Your screen was in front of it. Yeah. So this is basically happening here. And that is basically here and then there. That's the edge extension, which is happening with the pants and the hands as well. That gets pre-multiplied and then keyed and roto. There's a roto for that section as well.
Yeah, so
and that key's mixed as well. So this basically is the last thing that you have here.
This is similar to what I'm doing in the D-spill. So I'm doing like treatments on the D-spill, and then I'm doing like specific edge treatments on specific areas, and like some of them might range over most of the shot. Some of them might just be specific for one part.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's it really. That's it. Apart from the shadow, and that is what you've rendered then for the main script. So if I go back to the main script, this is what that outputs. This is the output of what you've done there, basically, so everyone knows. This is what that script would just be deconstructed. That's the result of it, which is the floor with the legs, the arms, and the head. And that's it.
If we go through that, that's still not perfect. And that
no. There's more. There's more. But I think Bjorn will continue that. I'll continue that myself in 2 weeks from now. If you want to join, of course, you are always welcome on this channel, my friend. But I will definitely go through that and then start dealing with the main script as well. So, but I think it's already been 3 hours and a half. I think it's already a very, very long script. So I don't think I'm gonna go much more with this then.
Yeah, but when will you have your next radio show? When was
that? The radio show? No, you mean for the...
like calling, because you were mentioning like if you want to have like chat with
I didn't
small channels.
I didn't organize that yet. So I need to book that. I've booked the ones that are mandatory because the radio show is not sponsored. Yeah. And so the sponsored ones are obligations, and so the next one for the deconstruction, like next week is the show reviews, and then the week after on the 8th of November will be the deconstruction, and the final deconstruction for Zeiss will be 22nd of November. Yeah. But in between these dates, I will put a radio show, most likely next week, but I haven't set one up yet. I would say that perhaps because next week we're doing it on Thursday for the show reviews, I might end up doing a radio show on Friday. It could be that I might do that on Friday next week. That's kind of my plan. Because the radio show, I need to find next year when I do the season 2 of all of this, I need to find what date. How do I break out the dates? Because the BenQ thing and the Foundry thing was already pretty scheduled. And I just need to find a schedule for the radio as well. So that I do... once every 2 weeks or once a week, or I was trying to do it once a week, but I'm not sure yet. But definitely, there will, for everyone watching, like just follow my social media. I will eventually post about the radio show. So yeah. So those are that's coming up. So cool, man. I think then I'll leave you to it. I can't thank you enough for being here, my friend. I can't thank you enough. It was lovely to talk with you for this long. I'm just gonna make you a bit bigger here. Oh, actually, what I could do is I could stop sharing my screen with you because I don't think we need that. No. Oh, my mouse is so slow. It's like a bit lagging here. Trying to like stop presenting here. Okay, cool. So I don't want to like take much more of your time, but before we go, I'm just gonna like put this in screen here. So we'll just yeah, there you go. So Bjorn, I can't thank you enough for being here and for spending so long.
Thank you for having me.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I think everyone really liked it. As you can see, you have some hearts and everything on the chat.
More pants, someone says. All caps.
People really enjoyed this, I know, both on Twitch and on YouTube. People really enjoyed this deconstruction. Don't forget, everyone, that you can always rewatch it. I will put chapters on it tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll publish the stream. You can't watch it right away because it needs to be processed by YouTube. So tomorrow I'll publish the recording with chapters and everything. It takes usually like 7 or 8 hours to process. You know, for the YouTube to process the multiple resolutions for the thing. So yeah, Bjorn, thank you so much. I'll leave you to it, and I'm gonna do the giveaways now.
Yeah.
So
okay. Bye, everyone.
See you, Bjorn. See you later.
Bye.
Okay, so cool. Thank you so much, Bjorn, for being here, for being such a sport. Let's just do the giveaway because I know all of you have been waiting for a long time, and I do apologize that it took so long to get there. I just wanted to let everyone know that I will come back streaming today as well, because at some point I'll be streaming Silent Hill. Now, I'm not entirely sure at what hour I will stream. I was planning to do it at 6. Of course, that's long gone now. So 6 is not going to happen. I still need to do a break between the two. So I think I might go for 7, so in half an hour from now. But it depends on how long... You think Bjorn looks like Ed Sheeran? That's funny. I might do it at 7 or maybe 7:15. So if you want to join me to watch more Silent Hill 2, again, it's an unsponsored stream. There's no sponsors. Foundry is not part of it. BenQ is not part of it. I'm just playing games before dinner. So I might do the stream maybe at 7 or 7:15, something like that. Just want to do a quick break between things. And again, it's not a professional stream. It's just me playing games. I do that every day for years now that I've been doing that. Okay, with this in mind, I'm going to start by the Nuke course giveaway. So I'll start with that one. I'll put it on screen as well because you might want to... Oh, did I lose the... Oh, yeah, I did lose the thing. I'm just going to put it on screen in case... you want to have that. If you're not part of it yet, even if you're my student, remember you can still sign up and you can still get the workshops for free, or you can still get what's the name? That's the one I want to do. You can still get the workshops or the course I'm going to do next year with the compositing, the onset. Apologies, I'm very tired, so I'm kind of like rambling a bit. I am super tired. It takes a long. It really makes you tired doing streams. Don't forget that. It's really tiring. Okay, so let's see here. So that's the giveaway. I'm gonna. If anyone wants to sign up, this is your last moment to sign up. You still have a couple of minutes to sign up. Go for it. Also, at the same time, because I'll do both of them in a row, if you want, you can also sign up for the Nuke Indie, which I will do right after this one. The course offer, the 50%? At least until the end of the month, maybe even more, but I still haven't really thought that through. Now, the other one is this one. So that's the other one we'll do next. Oh, sorry, I should maybe not cover the QR code in case you guys want to use the QR code. Okay, so let's do the giveaway for the... Well, Eric, yes, you're right, I am tired, but I must say to you that playing games is an incredibly relaxing thing for me. It really, and I understand that Silent Hill is not a relaxing game, but I really wind down with gaming. Gaming makes me so relaxed and so chilled that's why I play it before dinner every day, because I have a long day of work and then I just play games before dinner. just to relax and put myself on a different mindset out of work, because I worked today before this stream. I was working before this stream. And so games for me have always been something that really truly relaxes me, and that's why I play games, and that's why I've been playing games since I was 6. So that's why I will play it. Probably I will only play it for like an hour or so. I love the music for Silent Hill. I actually was very honored to see Akira playing live the music of Silent Hill. I saw his band playing Silent Hill music live in London. I went to a concert, and I even did a photo with them, and I even have a signature on a CD of him. I actually have it signed, so that was wonderful. I really enjoy that. Okay, so let's draw the winner for the course. Okay, so let's just do. Hopefully they're here. Okay, so the winner of the course is, let me just do this here real quick. So you've been here for 2 hours. Well, the stream has been for 3 hours and a half. The winner of the Nuke course is, let me just remove the email. Probably is a good idea, because I don't want to share the email with anyone. Okay, so the winner of the course is Sanya Shirohi. I think that's how I pronounce the name. I think that's how I pronounce the name. Hopefully it is. Okay, so show. Okay, so congratulations, Sanya Shirohi. Hopefully they are here. And hopefully well, don't worry, Violet. You can always watch it again. So the link is the same. You can always go backwards. There's no chapters yet, because YouTube usually takes a long time to process the video. So you can always watch it again. So Sanya, I can see you there. Okay, congratulations, Sanya. You've won my new course. If you're already a student of mine, obviously I will give you the workshops. If you're not a student of mine, then congratulations, you've won the Nuke course for free. Hopefully you want it. I hope so. So congratulations. Okay, so with that in mind, let's do then the giveaway, the one that most likely you're probably waiting for, which is the... Oh yeah, I realize now that... Oh man, I realize that now I've done a mistake there, because the campaign has been over already. I apologize for that. I didn't notice that I set it up to 6 o'clock, so people can't sign up to it as well. I'm updating it now, so apologies for that. Really sorry for that. I think by mistake I've set up a time limit for the giveaway of the Nuke license. So I'll do it now, so you can still come into it. I just updated it, so people can still sign up to it. By the way, I just wanted to let everyone know you should be writing English on the chat, otherwise I will not understand it. So please make sure you write English on the chat, not whatever that is. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. You're not a student? Okay, well, Sanya, congratulations, you're a student now. Okay, so let's then go and do this. Okay, so I gave a bit of more time for people to sign up. Please write English. Come on, guys, go for it. Don't do this to me. Don't become one of these chats that become hard to understand. Don't do this. Or at least Portuguese. Yeah, I guess so. Not now. No, don't do that, Portuguese. Don't do that. Okay, so let's just okay, so it's enough of that. Okay, I'm gonna run the giveaway of the Nuke Indie license. Okay, the Nuke Indie license. Let's just do that. Will there only be one winner? Well, no, there will be a second winner, which is the winner of the Nuke license. So I'll do that. We have giveaways on every single script. On every single stream. So, you know, the winner of the Nuke Indie is... Okay, so let's just see if I don't write their name by mistake. I don't want to do that. Yeah, so that's the one. Okay, so winner of the Nuke Indie is Dr. Misogynist. I think that's how I pronounce your name. Is it? Like, I'm not sure. I try my best. And by the way, First 8, thank you so much for subscribing to Prime. As I keep saying to people, you can subscribe to Prime. It's completely free. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to my channel for free. And Amazon pays me a bit. So yeah, thank you so much for subscribing, First8_ to my Twitch stream. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. Okay, so the winner is Dr. Misogynist. I think that's how I say your name. So how do I find out if this is you or not? Who is it? What's their name? Oh yeah, that's right. It is you because I can see it on your email. That is you, Malik. Yeah, I can see there because your email has Malik in the name. Okay, congratulations. Congratulations, my friend. You have won the Nuke Indie license. So Foundry, what happens so that everyone knows, I usually send the emails to Foundry, and then Foundry basically then contacts you directly, okay? Just so that people don't get upset about this, I am going to do another giveaway of the course. The reason for that is because by mistake I put the timer to finish at 6 and it should have been 7. So I am so sorry for that. It was my fault. So I'll do another giveaway of the course. So I'll update the timer there, and people can still sign up to the course giveaway for my new course because I'll give another one out. Because again, like I said, it was by mistake that I put it only until 6. Hey, STF VFX, a long time no see, my friend. It's been a long time since I talked to you. You just came in just at the end. We've been streaming for 3 hours and a half, so just at the end. So, but yeah, you can always rewatch this if you want to. So I'll do another course giveaway because it was my mistake that I didn't really put the timer correctly. Well, thanks for being here, my friend. It's been a long time since I talked to you. Okay, so let's see. Gonna do the last giveaway. Now this will be the last one, okay? This will be the last giveaway that we will do. Okay, so the giveaway now, the Nuke course will go to, let's just see this here. So, okay, the winner of the Nuke course is just delete the name there. So that is the winner, Tanvi Yadav. That's the name of the winner of the Nuke, of the second Nuke course. Okay, so that's Tanvi Yadav. Congratulations, Tanvi. Congratulations for that. I don't know who that is, but hopefully they are here on the chat. She's next to me. Okay, really? I haven't seen this name on the chat. Maybe it's another name. Sometimes it's another name. Please keep the chat in English, okay? If you don't keep the chat in English, I will remove people from the chat. Just put it in English. Otherwise, I will remove people from the chat. Yeah, Tanvi is here. Congratulations, Tanvi. You've won my new course for free. If you're already a student of mine, I'll give you the workshops. So I guess that's it. That's it for today. We've done 3 hours of compositing. Really enjoyed doing it with Bjorn. Thank you so much, Bjorn, for taking the time. I will be back next week. Remember, we have basically we have, where is it? It's here somewhere, and I think I closed it. There you go. So I'll put it on the screen now. So this is the next streams we have. Okay, so you guys know. Next up, I'm going to be today playing Silent Hill. Because it's already 7:15, I'll do it at 7:15. I want to rest at least half an hour before I start this. So I'll start playing the Silent Hill stream in about, and actually that's true, I'll put this at 7:15. That's when I'm starting this. So when you finish the stream, automatically would open up this window. But next week, we have the Honest Show reviews. That's on the 31st of October. Then we have more Deconstruction with Bjorn. the 8th of November. Then we have another final showreel review of this year on the 14th of November, and then we have a final deconstruction on the 26th of November. December, we have no streams because I'm in Japan for CinCraft and for World VFX Day. So there will be another radio show in between these streams. I will promise that I will make a radio show before I go to CinCraft into Japan. So thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. Thank you so much for the subscriber in Prime of first 8. That was lovely that you became a subscriber on Twitch. Also, thank you so much to the 3 new members. We got Richie Photography, Raymond Monsanto, and Powell Palenica as new members of Hugo's Desk. So thank you so much also for being so kind of giving me membership and support to my channel. We'll see you all next week. Have a great day. Or if you want to join me on some gaming, I'll be here in half an hour to play Silent Hill. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see